welcome to a special one-shot edition of Ready to Roll. This is our special one-shot we're doing called Darkest Devotion. Before we hop in, I just want to introduce everybody as we have two familiar faces and two unfamiliar faces. So we were going to start with, introduce Adam real quick. So you reckon you know Adam. He plays Artyom over on our main Ready to Roll Embers Beneath the Mountains campaign. Today he is playing MacGulver Cinderbeard. Our other familiar and returning face is Lydia, who plays Jelania over in the Ready to Roll Embers Beneath the Mountain campaign. Today she is playing, I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Ayla.
Ayla Whittle. Okay. And then Eric and then Sarah, if you want to introduce yourselves, since you have not had the opportunity to do so on the channel yet. Go ahead.
I'm Eric Taylor, and I have been playing a lot of role-playing games for the past 25, 28 years of my life, and I will be playing Fillmore Cinderbeard, the Dwarven Druid.
And I'm Sarah, and I will be playing Azalea Wen, a human monk.
Perfect. Cool. All right, and with that, we're going to get started. This is taking place in the city of Edelheim. Those of you who have listened to I Am Quiet, turning myself up. For those of you who have tuned in to Ready to Roll before, you've heard a little bit about Edelheim. Edelheim is the crime capital of the, of the Mordvirian Empire. It is, excuse me. It is, so yeah, it's the crime capital of the Mordvirian Empire. It is, it had, it's, excuse me, coughs. It's known as the City of Dark Dreams. Is anything and everything that you could ever imagine you can find in Adelheim for a price. And one of the most powerful crime lords in Adelheim is a man named Leonid Alostav. And we're going to start off. We are at Leonid Alostav's base of operations, a casual, and it's on the outside, it's in an inn/tavern, but on the inside, underneath everything, that's where all the business goes down. So we're going to start off. Fillmore and MacGulver, you two are the first to arrive at the inn. You walk inside, you see that it's a bustling inn per normal, what you would expect. There's patrons are sitting at tables taking their meals. You have been summoned by Leonid Alostav. You're not 100% certain why, but you know that when Leonid summons, particularly when summons someone in Adelheim, you don't ignore him, particularly in your line of work.
So, do you think they got everyone?
Hang on, I didn't quite understand you. Can you say that again?
This is gonna go great, ain't it?
Yes.
So, do you think they got everyone?
I don't know about everyone, but he got you, me.
I mean, let's be fair. If we're going in and we're hitting something, then having you's good, having me's fine.
You just do your hand wavy. I'll get us in, and you get us out. Problem solved.
You do understand that I'm a druid, not a wizard, right? We've had this conversation a number of times.
What's the difference? Phil, what's the difference? You do this, and then the plants do that, and then bada bing, bada boom, wow, and we're rich. Right?
I'll just keep walking. Right, come back.
So as you walk through, a waitress looks at you, says, "I'll be right with you, boys," and motions to a table for you to sit down at.
Boys, did I shave today?
Now, Azalea, you are the next to arrive. It's pretty busy, so you may or may not have noticed the two dwarves sitting at a table. That's up to you. I'll let you decide whether you have seen them or not.
She's gonna take a quick look around.
Okay, all right. With it doesn't take you very long to identify the two Cinderbeard brothers, as they are quite, noticeable. There aren't a lot of dwarves in Edelheim in the first place. Dwarves generally aren't attracted to a life of crime, or at least this type of crime. But so seeing, so you notice the Cinderbeard brothers. How do you choose to react upon noticing them?
She'll walk over to their table.
Okay. So, the Cinderbeard brothers. You do notice Azalea coming towards you.
I'm sorry to those who I'm playing with. How long ago did we decide was the last time we were together?
It was a year and a half.
That was like a
Yeah.
year and a half.
So it's been about 18 months since we saw each other. Azalea? Is that... Your hair's gotten longer.
Indeed, hair does grow.
It suits you. I liked it better than when, you had like the whatever before.
Well, if you just let it grow longer, then it takes less effort to cut. Less often.
I believe you.
Found.
Yes, I see that you've been practicing the same thing with your beard.
Dwarf never shaves his beard.
That's
Ah,
always
yes.
like, so that's with McGolver. McGolver has this wild, untamed, bright orange red beard, whereas
the
Fillmore's
dad from the
Yeah.
dad from How to Train Your
Yeah.
Dragon.
Fillmore's is actually incredibly immaculately trimmed down into the very nice goatee, and there are two small braids that come off that have earthenware beads in them, but for the most part he's very, very well groomed.
So we got 3.
Well, I mean, how many are we actually expecting? Last time we talked was a long time ago. I don't know who all they're gonna get.
Hopefully nobody new. I don't like new people.
But new people could bring new skills to the group.
Yeah, but this is too high risk for a new person. I don't know why I'm also an Australian.
Accents are hard.
They're really hard. They
Trust me.
drift.
If you're not a professional actor, they tend to move in and out, and you just find a sweet spot that offends as few people as possible. I mean, let's think about it. I mean, there were 7 of us back then, but we know that one's not coming. Certainly can't, but are we going to see Ilea? Are we going to see Telvin, Mina?
Actually, I had heard that Mina joined a temple.
Like a U temple or
Not a monastery, no.
That seems suboptimal.
I thought the injuries caught up with Tail.
Did they? Well, so then we might see Isla. And as he like says her name, he sort of like takes a really, really long drink and kind of just looks past the other two.
So at that moment is when Isla, you walk into the establishment and very clearly see your three former comrades sitting at a table talking together.
Notice everybody. Turn around real fast. Use my mask of many faces to just like, because my clothes are always super wrinkled and not very well put together. Just kind of really quickly, because I don't know how to actually do it. I don't know how to actually take care of myself to magically make it look as if I'm kind of put together and not a total mess. Before I scurry on over. In terms of things, because this will be probably relevant later. So, Ayla being a halfling, she's very tall for a halfling, like kind of verging near like the 3'9" category. Very, very tall, very skinny, very scrawny. Yeah, that might be relevant because Mask of Many Faces lets me look up to a foot taller. Could be helpful, maybe. Hopefully. I'll kind of scurry over, just try and unobtrusively sit next to Azalea. No, is that not your name? Hang on, I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
It's Azalea.
Oh, Azalea? Okay. I have a niece named Azalea, so I didn't want to accidentally say the wrong thing. Hello. Azalea, I noticed your hair is longer. That's really, really nice. Really great. Looks good on you. Very fetching.
Thank you.
I mean, we were just. It's like she's already here, because he still hasn't looked over. He's just continued to look past. It seems like when we were together last, because I can almost hear her voice.
Phil.
Oh, you're Isla. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Phil. Really, really good to see all of you. I assume we're all here for the same reason, right?
The drinks?
Sure. Oh, yes. Let's get all the drinks. All of them.
I mean, that was too many drinks before the other thing is a bad idea.
No, yeah, you're right. That's not a good idea either.
I'm glad you remember that.
Thank you. I think. How have you been in the last, while?
Well, we made it out.
Yes, I wasn't referring to that, what happened before. I was talking about more, the in-between sort of
Oh.
time.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we went back home for a while, and it was
homely.
dark, as it usually is.
12 of
Hmm.
nights.
But
Nice.
not done much. We decided we'd lay low for a while, and you can't get much lower than underground.
And then we ran out of money. At least I did.
He definitely did.
But didn't we have a lot of money after everything?
We did.
I ate a lot of stuff, and a lot of it blew up.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if you've ever held a pile of gold next to something that goes boom. Then it's a puddle of gold.
But isn't the puddle of gold still as valuable as the coins?
I
It
mean,
depends if you can ever extract it from the table.
yeah.
It'd be
I
a
got
really
a nice table.
very valuable table. If
It's hard
anyone
to
wants
move.
to buy, valuable gold splattered table.
Aye, but the thing is, when you're a dwarf, you see, and you're down in those holes, they like the tables that are well crafted and put together. And when it explodes and then melts the gold into the table, they're much less well crafted and put together.
From the explosion. Gotcha.
Right.
I've got it. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
So as your conversation continues, you notice this group of people. This group of three large men approach you. One is an orc that you recognize as Mr. Alostav's chief enforcer, and you know that he's simply known as Renat. And so he comes up. He's huge even for an orc. He's got scars all over his body. He's walking up, he's shirtless and showing off his muscles, and he just approaches you. Mr. Alostav, we'll see you now.
hey, what?
We're not. I've always liked you. In another life, I believe I was an orc.
You what?
In a previous life to that, I was also a minotaur, but right now, though.
You killed the dungeon master. Does that mean we won?
Yes. We win. We get all the things.
Patrick has played games with me before. He understands.
All of his characters are actually the same character.
It's just one long soul.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not good. So Renat just looks at Fillmore, and then
I brought some more of that beard oil for you. Holds out, digs in his thing and holds out this vial to Renat.
He takes it, kind of looks around. He doesn't really have any pockets. He just kind of holds it in his hands.
Oh, wait. And I'll dig around and pull out like a thin strip of leather and like tie it around the vial stopper. Now you can wear it around your neck. It's right by the beard.
He just nods slowly. He's not the brightest of individuals. That's not why.
Here, bend down, Renat. Let me help you.
He kind of just bends down. You put it around his neck.
Remember, once at breakfast and once right before you go to sleep.
But brush out the combs first so they get stuck. The crumbs.
Mr. Alostav will see you now. And he turns.
Oh, very well. Take us that way.
So he starts walking away. And, kind of just expecting you guys to follow. The other two people with him are, one's a human, one's a dragonborn. They are not as, they don't say anything to you. They lead you back towards the kitchen. So you walk into the kitchen and you see that the kitchen crew is just focused. They just don't even really acknowledge your presence as you walk in. Renat walks over to one of the shelves and he grabs one of the bottles and just pulls it, and you watch as the shelf swings back, revealing the secret passageway. He points. Go.
As they walk through, Fillmore will take a glance at one of the guys. Just so you're aware, you went a little bit heavy on the rosemary in the roast. Just back it off just a touch.
The Kirk will just look at you, almost like he's realizing you're there for the first time. He's like, oh, okay, and
it gets a bit woody when you use too much. Then it's like chewing on pine. You'll be fine. And head through the thing.
You go out.
I didn't have any sticks in my roast.
So you walk into the tunnel. It's made out of stone, cobblestone, just providing with structural support. It's sloped downwards. You start walking down the set of stairs. There are torches, lining the walls. So that way you all, you can see where you're going. Renat is, there's not many places to go. It just goes straight down. And so Renat and his two lackeys are walking behind you. You almost get the sense that they're trying to make sure that no one decides to chicken out at the last second. And you keep going down. Eventually you get to a place where you start seeing doors, and Renat just tells you just keep going straight. And from behind one of the doors, you can see like smoke coming from underneath it, and you can get a whiff of what you recognize to be illicit substances that are being made from another. You hear the giggling. It's clear that this is the center of the Alostav operation. You go down after a while. You come to a very fancy wooden door. Renat kind of like shoves MacGulver to the side, and then Fillmore to the other side as he walks past, and he knocks on the door, and then he walks back behind and just sits and waits. The door swings open, and you see a little gnome is sitting there. He looks up. Ah, yes, the master is expecting you. Please come in. And
How you been, Teb?
oh, I've been good. It's been excellent. It's been a while, Fillmore. Last I'd heard, you had gone into hiding. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Oh, not hiding. Reclusive sabbatical.
Taking a vacation.
Yes, that's what they call it.
Avoidant nap time.
Yeah. Lots of naps.
Next time I come by, I'll bring you some more of my of the unguent for that wart on your nose.
Oh, I'd appreciate it. And Teb looks at Azalea and says, What did you call it?
Meditation time.
Sounds like hiding to me, but all right.
Everyone knew where we were.
Clearly, we found you.
We got found.
I didn't say you were hiding very well. I just said you were hiding.
You know me, Teb. If I choose to hide, I got a whole forest that I'll just disappear into.
Well, not even the forest can hide you from Leonid Alostav. You know that.
You just better be careful, or I'm gonna put an enlarging agent in that unguent.
I'm all right. Go see the boss. Fine. Forget I said anything. So you walk in, and there's another door that's sitting open. This first room you're in is kind of a waiting room. You see chairs, very fancy, fine chairs lining the walls. But you've gotten permission to go ahead, so you go on into the next room. You see a very fancy, oak desk, sitting at it is a huge man, not fat, huge. He, kind of like imagine the Kingpin from the Marvel universe. He's not fat. He's big. He sits. He's sitting and he's reading through some notes. As he's reading, he's bald on top except for the back where he has a ponytail. He has a very neatly trimmed beard. And he's sitting and he looks up as you approach and says, "Ah, Silverthorn crew, I've been expecting you. Please, take a seat." And he motions to a set of chairs at the, in front of his desk.
Phil, why are we working for this guy? He scares me.
I mean, the dark scares you.
Well, we don't talk about that. You agreed you'd never bring that up again.
Don't embarrass me, Mac.
I wish I was playing a character with decent perception, not a passive perception of 9.
We're working for him because you blew through all your savings.
Literally.
And now we need the money. Plus, we wanted to see our friends again. And he'll like sidelong glance at Isla.
I'm already sitting in a chair. And I'm actually now going to use Mask of Many Faces again to be business Ayla, just a little bit taller. My clothes are darker tones now. It's all the same, just a little small changes.
How'd you train so fast?
Thing. You've seen me do it before.
Oh. Right.
So
Yeah, I'll take a seat on the far end.
Can you describe the room to me?
Yeah, so it's the same. It's not. It's the desk is the central feature, obviously. However, there are cases lining the walls, and in the cases are a variety of things, objects. Fancy objects, and one is this beautiful, finely crafted sword. In another, you see a set of you know finally, you see a set of, it looks like you would almost be tempted to say that they are the Mordvirian crown jewels, but they couldn't possibly be the Mordvirian crown jewels, could they? But then, it's a fancy crown, and scepter. And then there's, however, one case that has 2 spots in it that is surprisingly empty. And you can tell that there had been something sitting there because the cushions in the case are indented where these 2 objects should be. They look, you'd guess looking at them, they're probably the size of your fist, but they're not there anymore.
Have we been in this room before?
I have definitely been
Yeah.
playing my characters, though I have.
So, sure, let's say, yeah.
So would we have a memory of what was there before?
Yeah. Let's say that you do. You know that what was there before were the Alostav Emeralds, the two pristine green emeralds that had been passed down in the Alostav family. It's rumored that these 2 emeralds were stolen in back when the Alostavs were just some petty thieves. It was stolen in their very first heist, and the heist that built the Alostav family into what it is. But now, they kept those 2 emeralds as kind of a trophy of sorts of that, to remind them of where they came from, and they've been in the Alostav family ever since, and they're not there anymore, which of course is very, very strange considering their importance to the family. So Leonid kind of sits back. It's been a while since you've been in here, hasn't it?
Aye, last time we were here, you had those family jewels up there.
You
Yes.
send him off for cleaning?
No, certainly not. I wouldn't trust anyone but myself to polish them and keep them clean.
Not even Ted.
Especially not Teb. He might be a good assistant, but he's got sticky fingers. Just kind of ignore the fact that the coffer is a little bit more empty than they should be every month.
I mean, you just gotta give him a good rag and he'll get the sticky right off.
I don't think that's what he meant.
I know it's not, but
Yeah.
he also knows I know that. Don't embarrass me, Mac.
Now, yes, you're very astute to notice the absence of my family's jewels. Tell me, have you ever heard of Yuri Antonov?
Have we?
Give me a history check.
Oh. 16.
So D20 plus whatever your history skill says.
Natural 20.
16.
16.
10.
10. Everyone except for McGulver knows who Yuri Antonov is. Yuri Antonov is a famous artist. He does lots of different kinds of art, but he's most famous for his sculptures. And he's hugely famous, and Yeah.
and I don't know who he is? I'm a thief. I steal things, like art.
Maybe you're not a very good one.
You're not. You're not as aware. Maybe you've heard the name, but you don't. You're like, I mean, it's like an actor.
See the guy who cut off his ear?
No.
He now is.
Now it's. No, he's yes. Yeah. So, and hearing the fact that Yuri Antonov is the one who stole these emeralds, these jewels, that's weird.
Why? Is he a, like straight-laced kind of guy or
Well,
something?
I mean,
or
he just, why would he steal emeralds? He's wildly successful for his, he's crafted things for, obviously for the, the criminal class, but also crafts things, for the, the crown. He's, crafted things for the church. He's wildly successful. What need would he have to steal emeralds?
Oi, Phil. Who's this Yuri dude? What did he do?
Oh, he's done a lot of stuff in the darker professions. Stolen a bunch of stuff, but most recently, apparently, he's stolen them fancy green bubbles that used to sit up there on that shelf.
Who's that? Oh. Right, I knew that. What else does he do?
He was
All those things that Patrick mentioned.
Oh. Wait, so maybe he took the green bubbles for eyes, for a sculpture.
I mean, it could be, but
I'm not sure we're exactly concerned with why he took them, so much as the fact that he did, and we need to get him back.
Precisely.
Does this make us good guys?
Almost assuredly not.
the best guys.
You got way too much to atone for. Not the lace to which is Mom's table.
Hey, we don't talk about that either. I just have a thing with tables, okay?
Anyways, Leo, is that actually what you want us here for?
Yes, it is. We're not sure how he did it, but Yuri Antonov has stolen the emeralds, and I want them back. Mac, yes.
Can I make an investigation check of the room and see if I can figure out how he might have broken in?
Go for it.
That's going to be a 28.
You have so you're not sure because just looking across the room, there's only one entrance. Clearly underground. The only entrance is the way you just came in. This is, and you're guessing that when Mr. Alostav's not in here, it's probably highly enchanted, locked with, you can just looking at the door, you can see that it has like 3 locks on it. You can see the deactive runes, so you know it's highly enchanted and warded to prevent people from getting in. So yeah, you aren't sure because from your brief investigation, you're positive there's no way no one should be getting into this room unless they're invited.
Mr. Astrolov, Sire's, Lord, Your Excellency, Graceness.
Speak.
Is there anyone but you who knows all of your combinations and secret codes and ciphers and magic flanoodles?
No, but I'm not concerned with how Mr. Antonov broke in. We know that he broke in. He admitted as much. He pulls out a letter and he throws it on the table. This is a letter from Mr. Antonov that he left in the place of the emeralds.
Oh, sweet. That's very nice of him.
In our profession, we're used to working with faceless men. People that you can't see, they hide in the shadows, they do all that. Right now, you're talking to us face to face, and the culprit, he left a calling card. Like, this is very unusual.
I mean, it just makes it just makes it very easy then, doesn't it?
Nope, smells like a trap.
You've
How do you
Well,
know?
obviously.
How do you know the emeralds are still currently in his possession?
I have spies. They've gone.
It also says so in this letter. I'll be keeping them forever.
I have spies. He says on the letter it states that he's using them for a masterpiece.
I knew it.
Yuri Antonov only works out of one place, and that's his manor here in Edelheim, Moonglow Manor. That's where his workshop is. Everything he makes, he puts there and then transports out of the city. Yes, Phil.
No, I'm asking out of
Oh,
character.
yes, Eric.
If I put my hand up, I'm asking out of
Okay.
character. I'll just interrupt you otherwise. Do either this man, anybody we have seen, or what's his face, Yuri Antonov, have green eyes?
No.
Okay.
So it's not a voodoo doll.
$10 million.
I mean, if
voodoo
you'd
doll.
been like, oh yeah, what's his face, Alostav, whatever. The fact that Alostav and Antonov have the same kind of, this is a very hard thing for me. The fact that the guy who's hiring us doesn't have, if he'd had green eyes, I was going to be, like, maybe he's just making a tribute statue to you. You have green eyes. They're your jewels. But if he doesn't have green eyes, that theory's out the window.
So, Leonid looks at you. I know this is very irregular. I don't normally speak with the people I hire face to face. But you four
Quite refreshing.
You four are the best bounty hunters in Edelheim. In the Empire, they say. Shame that I couldn't convince Telvin and the other.
He's dead. Telvin died.
Yes.
And Mina's a monk. Or something.
And we won't even talk about the other one. Sad
So-
business, that.
It's a shame that I couldn't get them all back. I thought Mina was a priestess, not a monk.
That's
Yes.
correct.
She joined something
They're not the
very,
same thing.
very restrictive.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
McGulver has a hard time telling priests and monks apart.
They're not the same thing.
But
It was that one that we met that did both. That really, really screwed him up.
no, this is a personal affront to my honor. The fact that he stole my family's jewels. And I
course.
need. Shut up. Be mature. Be mature. Mature.
I mean,
You're
try
the
to
one.
say it and not
You are the
correct.
one who made them round fist-size emeralds,
A pair
and
of
gave them
them.
up to the family. It's not my fault. You could have made like 5, and then it would have been fine.
Can't be 5. You'll see when it can't be 5 later. It has to be 2.
Anyway.
Front to my honor. My family's
And
honor.
your family too.
I need you to.
There are visible strain lines as Fillmore tries to not narrow his eyes at the statement of Alostav's honor. It's just this.
I need
Right.
them back.
Okay.
And
Nah,
I'm
Well,
your
then
your
if you're
shelf's a bit
very-
empty up there for sure.
You seem very eager. You seem very verging on desperate, I would say. Desperation and honor usually pay very well.
And this does play very well. He snaps
Thank-
his fingers, and in comes Teb. He's holding this, he has this large chest, and he heaves it up and drops it on the desk, and pants and walks away. Alostav.
Hey, wait, what's that in your pocket?
Oh no.
Are you just happy to see me?
With them family jewels and everything.
All right, moving on.
What's in this chest?
No, he told us he has sticky fingers, and so this is just Fillmore being like, hey, you brought in this super heavy chest.
Ted looks. Nothing of yours, I promise.
I mean, we ain't done the job yet, so nothing that's in the box would be ours.
No. So, Alostav takes a key, and he opens up the chest and pulls it out. And he pulls out 4 bags, and he puts them down. Each of these bags has 100 platinum pieces. That's right, platinum, not gold. Then he pulls out another, a smaller box, and he opens it, and you can see inside this box 4 bars of this kind of golden metal that you know it's not gold because it's not this it's not the same color, it's not the same gold as gold. It's more of a glowing yellow, almost what you would describe as like a holy color, and you recognize it as 4 bars of probably the purest aetherium you've ever seen. Now, if you've never seen aetherium, you wouldn't know, but like you can, this, the 2 dwarves in particular know that this is very pure aetherium. This is the purest, and he says, and then Alostav says, I have 1 bar of each of this, 1 bar for each of you of aetherium, for you to take, do whatever you wish with it. I'll even pay for whatever you desire to be done with the aetherium afterwards. I need, these jewels need to be returned to where they belong.
All right, so go to Moonglow, liberate your jewels, and bring them home.
Precisely.
I think we can do that, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I've seen the
It's
map.
not too bad.
Now, you know that getting into Moonglow won't be easy, particularly since it's been locked up tight since Antonov retreated almost a few days ago. No one's been seen going in, and no one's been seen going out. Now, all of this is yours. You bring me the emeralds and Mr. Antonov, dead or alive.
Wait. So you want your treasures back and a person along with that?
I want Antonov. He has...
Well, then I want 200 platinum.
Give me a persuasion
I
check.
mean, it definitely makes the job a lot harder to get him out
boy.
alive or dead.
That was a 21.
21.
I might be able to do the dead part.
I can swing 110 platinum. If you bring him back alive, 150.
What on earth do you need 200 platinum for? You'd never be broke again as long as you don't blow it up. Even then, people might take a platinum infused table.
Be that as it may, I don't really want to be caught or even linked to the group that stole a famous artist out of his house.
You're in Edelheim. I control this city. You won't be bothered by constables or guards. You don't have to worry about anything outside of the Moonglow Manor. It's only what's in the manor that you need to worry about.
Look back at everyone else. What you think?
110 is nice, and 150 is even nicer.
What do you say, Zelia?
We have the skills. We can do this. Also, I agree with McGulver. 150 is nicer.
Didn't your order take like a vow of poverty or something at some point?
You have noticed that I send almost everything back to the monastery. Haven't you,
What is the
Fillmore?
monastery gonna do with 10 pounds of platinum?
They help the villages around and to take care of the foundlings that they take in. I don't need it, so I will send almost all of it to them.
We gotta work out a different arrangement with how her share gets divvied up, because
Now,
I see nothing wrong with this arrangement.
Phil, if you didn't know where her money was going, you probably wouldn't care.
I mean, let's fight. I don't really care a whole bunch.
I care a wee bit. Sounds nice.
You would.
do we have an
Anyway.
agreement?
Yes, I believe so.
Sounds like yes.
Do you have a map?
He reaches into a desk drawer, pulls out, and drops a map on the table that you can, of course, find referenced in our Darkest Devotion one-shot channel. He stands up. And he walks towards the door. Knock when you've made a plan. And he closes the door. You hear everything, all the locks click, and the doors shimmer.
Time out. This is a hardcore no from me as a player. Like, I'm not okay with this at all. This triggers like a lot of bad, actual personal fear things that I'm not okay with.
Okay.
I mean, if we want out, I can get us out. Whenever.
Well, so taking a look at the map real quick. We've got a giant wall. 30 foot. Look over at my backpack, and I got a 50-foot rope, so that shouldn't really be a big problem. Let's see. In the first floor, we've got a door, a little fountain, and I just kind of start muttering to myself as I am looking at the map. Maybe right there, and if we go through there, and that's maybe not the windows. The windows are probably trapped, and
Mac,
not very good. What?
are you thinking you're going in by yourself?
No. But
'Cause
tell me.
I'm not really good at, ropes and things.
Oh. Well, I am.
It's
And-
the wall around it's stone.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
It is
So we
stone.
can talk to it.
Fillmore, are you still decent with climbing ropes? We could always tie Ayla to the bottom and pull her up after us.
I mean, if the wall's stone, I can just make a hole in it and we can go through. Well, it's not a problem.
We can also always knock.
So this is something I learned pretty recently. So remember that little bottle that I can hide inside of?
You what?
Remember this?
No.
Sometimes, after we'd get in a scrap of something and I need a break, I'd just pop inside a bottle for, 10, 15 minutes and come back out.
Do I get 3 wishes?
No, you very specifically don't.
Does Phil get 3 wishes?
Unknown as of yet. Anyway.
Fillmore's face just
recently-
goes like bright red. He just smacks. Just hard smacks McGulver upside the head.
Anyway, recently I have learned how to bring other people inside it too. I could get all of us inside it. We could be inside for a few hours if we need to. So
Sounds-
if it comes to, one person sneaking inside, we can Phil, Zaoe, and I hide inside the bottle. Matt sticks it in his pocket and goes sneaking in, as he does.
Quite
and then
good.
we pop out when we're in.
Well, that's the wall taken care of. What about the rest of it?
I mean, we don't know what's inside, do we?
Yeah, but
well-
you know from so on, you do have, the rest of the map does have a few, blueprints of, kind of what's inside almost. what you see there. The only room that's a true unknown is Antonov's workshop.
Which is probably where we need to go,
That's your very
I assume.
excellent deductive reasoning.
I am wearing glasses, so. If only my actual intelligence was that good. So what you think?
How tall is the wall on the blueprints?
It is 30 feet tall.
And so the whole time Fillmore's kind of had this staff. You've seen it any number of times. It's a very actually quite plain looking staff that seems to be carved out of some kind of dark wood and heavily polished. It's just always kind of had this ornate. The only thing ornate is it just looks like it has branching kind of limbs at the top. And he kind of taps it on the stone. If we can get a pot of some good fertile ground, this thing can become a 60-foot tree in a matter of a breath. We can shimmy right on up that tree and up over the wall, and tree can vanish.
So we need a
It
job.
can vanish? Because that's not very subtle. Having a tree appear.
The tree will appear. I touch the tree, and it goes back to being a stick.
What if Fillmore talks to the wall, makes the hole, we get up to the back of the house, he makes his tree grow, we climb up the tree to a second floor window, and go in that way and avoid the first floor altogether?
I like this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. That was a
Window-
Ghostbusters reference for anyone who didn't catch it.
I got it.
So you need a jar of dirt, but window traps are hard to disarm from outside. Most everything's on the inside. I mean, I can do it. I don't like doing it.
How tall is the building? Maybe we'll come down through the roof.
It's a 2-story building. That would be what? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm bad at building heights. It's as tall as a 2-story building.
What do you think, McGulver? Are roof traps harder than window traps?
Well, the nice thing is most people don't trap their roofs. Be a little weird.
I have also noticed this.
18 to 20 feet, according to Google.
Yeah.
And I
It's
got
usually
20 to
10
25,
feet
so-
per floor, and then however tall the roof is.
Now, chimney traps. They're worse.
We ain't fitting down no chimney.
And as far as
Maybe
you know,
Isla, but
there-
not us.
and as far as you know, there isn't a chimney.
There's strict regulations about where smoke can go.
I mean, for doors.
Ventilation's a problem. That's why we lose so many canaries.
Those poor birds. Well, if we get up on the roof, how do we get through the roof into the house? A window already is a port of entry. A roof's not meant to go through. So then we have another wall situation. Can you
True.
pop us through another wall?
What are roofs typically made of, Patrick?
Just you asked me a lot of questions that I didn't think about.
Are they thatch? Are they
It's-
slate tiles?
Do you
it's
remember the
slate
last
tile,
time
yeah.
you ran a game for me? Like,
Yep.
you needed to be prepared for off the wall stuff.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, probably just slate tile probably would be it.
I can handle that. It's a bit risky, but I can do it.
I mean, we're already putting a lot of risk just from having a tree show up in the grounds, even for just a few moments. Trees are hard to miss. So if they are unobservant enough to miss a tree. Maybe they're not observant enough to see us breaking through a roof. But I kind of doubt it.
We just plant the tree next to the other trees.
I'm more speaking just for the risk portion, out of character, with regards to if I put a hole in the wall and a hole in the roof, I'm out of 5th level slots for the rest of this thing.
Perhaps we should check out the windows first. And hole in
All
the
right,
roof
I
can be
think
plan
we've got
B.
enough of a plan that we can get out of this room. Plan is make hole in wall. Hay gives us a spot of dirt. I grow tree. We go in, and we either go through a window or we go through a roof, or we send Isla, down the chimney in her little jar, and then she lets us in a window. There's lots of options here.
I mean, I'd rather not drop the bottle into the chimney because it would break, and that would be real trouble for me.
That's fair. I mean, I could go down the chimney as like a ferret.
I don't see a chimney on the map.
Well, I mean, we ain't been up there. There's no guarantee there's a chimney. There's no guarantee there's not. But I mean, there might also be like, a small hole in the roof, and I can go in as an earthworm.
How quick are you as an earthworm?
Oh, I mean, quick enough, darling. And he like
cockroach.
winks at her.
No response except for a little bit of a blush. I mean, for me, I trust. I think if we're all just inside the bottle, we have Matt go because he's sneaky. He's quick, he's fast. And if he gets caught, he's one person who can just run. And if he, drops a special, wonderful, magical bottle, maybe they just take that inside the house because it's something else to give to fancy magic artist man.
I've never been in this bottle of yours. How much room is there? Are we going to be squished together?
No, it's great.
Nice. It's nice.
It's a lot bigger than it used to be.
Right. I say we go.
I mean, you don't have to go in the bottle.
Can't you just run up walls?
May? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, mate. Her, Azalea. Monks do all sorts of woo things.
I can get up the wall perfectly fine, yes.
Well, we got lots of ways to get up the wall. So let's say we got a plan and get up the wall and then worry about it from there. Can I knock on the door now?
What is? So again, sorry, not a D&D main. Savage Worlds has very different transforming into things rules. What size of things are at what of these challenge ratings?
What's the maximum challenge rating you can turn into? It's like it varies.
1.
1 is the maximum.
I mean, there's things like giant spiders that are challenge rating of 1.
I'm talking about if we all if Azalea has problems going in the bottle, right? You could go in the bottle, or you could just hold on to whatever I turn into, and we can shimmy on up the wall.
Yeah, are you able to turn into flying things?
I don't think he can turn into flying things.
At 10th level?
It's like the largest thing that I can see on...
At 8th level, I can begin turning into flying things.
Okay, so you can turn 5. The largest thing I see as a challenge rating 1 is a tiger or a lion. Is the largest thing I see. A challenge rating 1.
I just got to be able to carry Ayla if I need to.
Oh, you could be a giant eagle. That's also a challenge rating 1.
Very subtle, very discreet, these giant eagles.
We go in under cover of darkness, and I just be a black plumed giant eagle.
Uh-huh.
You use that little nose wiggle thing you do. You make your clothes real black.
I mean, if anyone is inside the bottle, I have to be inside as well. If I
Oh,
leave,
no,
everyone else
I'm-
gets kicked out.
No, I understand. I remember.
Right. That settles it. Hop in the bottle. Or hop on the bird. And we land. It worked the one time and when we went for that you remember what I'm talking about, right, Phil?
Aye, yeah. Up on the cliff, so what's your butt? I
Mhm.
remember.
The
It's
cliffs
good
of
to get away.
insanity.
Aye, them.
You
Yeah,
just-
knock on that door. We'll tell him. We got some good climbing. We'll shimmy on up. We'll even mention the bottle just because it'll make
I mean,
it sound.
I really rather they not know about that.
We won't mention the bottle.
Honestly, I kind of want to give them a fake plan because if, you know,
Let's go with the hole as the fake
I'd
plan.
rather no one else know what we're doing except for us. Because who's to say whether the emeralds were just given over and this
you
is
think,
all some sort of
this
fake
is a
thing?
bit of duplicity to get the Silverthorn gaining a hiding?
Yeah.
I like it. All right. So we'll give him a plan. That I'm going to turn into a giant mole and dig underneath.
While simultaneously,
Not doing
I
that.
go out front, turn into some real sexy masseuse or something, get someone to let me inside.
And I'll
I-
climb the wall.
Aye, we're going in from multiple ways. We're sending these guys up to do their climbing thing. You're going in with your wiggle your nose bit, and I'm going under as a mole.
Okay.
Bang
So-
on that there door there, Mac.
So real quick, just because there's been a lot of talking, remind me what the real plan is.
Flying in on the back of the bird.
Flying on the back of the bird. Okay, cool. Just wanted to
Yeah.
clarify because that
The
happens.
bird and the
Sometimes I get
bottle.
confused.
Yeah, it's you three going in the bottle, and then I'm picking up the bottle as a bird under cover of darkness and flying over the wall.
Okay, and you're going to drop them off.
Please don't drop the bottle. It will
Very
break.
good.
It will break.
I'm gonna land on the roof
Okay.
with the bottle.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So, you knock on the door, and Alostav comes back in. You present your fake plan. He nods, and he snaps again, and Teb comes in with, holding 4 bags, and he passes one to each of you, and inside you find, 2 potions of superior healing each.
Oh.
Just in case, Alostav says.
Be helpful.
Alright. So, you make your way out of the establishment, back up the tunnel, out of the, and you, make your way to Moonglow Manor. Moonglow Manor is, very, very popular. Everyone knows where it is, so it doesn't take you long to reach the outskirts. So, you're gonna execute your plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Hang on a second. I'm reading something really quickly.
You're good.
Are there any, before we left, are there any trees near where we just were?
Yeah, you can say there were. Yeah.
Okay, like a large tree.
Yes.
Okay. This is an important tree.
Okay. It's an important now canonical tree.
It's very important. I need you to know that the only 6th level spell I have prepared is transport via plants.
Gotcha.
It's nifty.
That's a good one.
That's why I needed to make sure there was a tree.
There is a tree. Very big
I
one.
also, as a note to let everyone know, I, as my magic item, have a helm of teleportation, so we can boot it at any moment. We can go. In case it goes bad like last time.
On
On tip.
Okay. So you're all entering in the bottle, and Phil is gonna pick you up.
Yeah. It's a really cool looking bottle. It's like what is it? Mood ring material all over the outside, so like it's heat sensitive when you touch it. It's cool. Really cool looking bottle. Like I Dream of Genie style. Very awesome.
All right. Okay. So
That's why I went with the nose wrinkle thing as your.
Yeah, I caught that.
All right. So you are flying the bottle over the wall and headed towards the roof. So first thing you can observe using your eagle vision is that there aren't that many guards that you can see. In fact, you can only see like 4 guards patrolling the grounds. What you do notice is that along the walls, along the roof, you do see a few, a few sculptures on top of the, on top of the roof of the manor. The moment you cross the threshold over the wall, you watch as the stone statues you can see using your eagle vision. You see that the stone on the statues cracks, and then you just breaks, and you see, these gargoyles come to life and spring and start charging at you. And I'm gonna need Phil to roll me initiative as he's getting attacked by 2 gargoyles.
Sorry, hold on. I'm
doesn't like
literally
birds.
flying at a high point.
Oh,
and just
I didn't realize you were
crossing their airspace. Yeah,
that
like
high.
I'm looking for a reasonable place to land because I would be uncorking the bottle and stopping the second I landed because I don't want to be there solo because I'm not built for this.
Okay, so the moment you start descending, these gargoyles will spring into action. The moment you start springing, because you can see on the here. Let me pull up the roof on the map.
Oh, as a note, because this is actually extremely relevant. If you're inside the bottle, you can hear everything going on outside as if you were outside of the bottle. So it's not like we're unaware of things going on outside or unable to communicate. Another thing, before we left, I would have had everyone write their names on a special page in my book for reasons.
Oh.
You're sharing a black screen.
Yeah, I'm aware it's black right now. Give me just a second.
Oh boy.
So yeah, this is the roof, and those are the 2 gargoyles. We'll zoom in a bit. And this P represents you, Phil.
Very rude.
A very what roof? What was that on?
Very, very big roof.
It is a big manor. I'll
You
zoom
know what
out
they
so
say
you-
about guys with big roofs? Big houses.
So that's the entirety of the roof.
Okay, and what direction from here would be where we came from?
This way.
Okay, so I would be coming in and I would just be aiming essentially for that pinnacle point.
Okay.
And I'd be coming in fairly high and then, swooping down as quick as I could.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, so I notice.
So you notice that as you're swooping down and enter, like it looks like there's a sphere around the manor
Airspace sphere.
that once you enter into it, the gargoyles spring to life and they've started coming towards you.
Okay. So I am gonna just plummet down and unstopper that bottle quick. I'm not even gonna de-wild shape. It's just gonna be, peck pull
Okay.
kind of thing to, misty my friends out all over the place.
All right. Okay. So you get down. You get the. By the time you get that, the gargoyles are gonna have gotten closer. But so you get the rest of your friends. I can just grab them real quick. Sorry. This was not a plan that I was expecting, and so I was not as prepared. Though I should have seen.
At least I didn't enslave your dragon minions.
That's true. Okay. Zooming in a bit. All right. So that's your tokens. Everyone's by their first initials except for Azalea and Isla because they have differing. They had the same first initial. So AZ is Azalea, AI is Isla.
Why am I so big?
Because
'Cause you're a giant
are a
eagle.
giant eagle.
Oh.
Big boy.
No, I'm a normal-sized eagle. How big's the bottle?
Oh. Sorry, I thought you were becoming a giant eagle.
Oh no, I am being minimum size to carry bottle.
Okay, alright, there you go. Now you are the same size as everyone else. Alright. Okay. Alright,
So we need some initiativing.
yes, initiative. So roll your d20, add your dexterity bonus, or whatever features you have. Where did my d20 go? Oh, there it went.
Oh.
Okay. Alright. Phil, what'd you get?
17.
Isla.
7.
Azalea.
23.
Oh.
Mac.
23.
Alright, Azalea and Mac, which one of you would prefer to go first?
It's up to you, Cher.
Mac can go first.
Okay, alright. So the order is Mac, followed by Azalea, followed by Phil, followed by Isla, followed by the gargoyles. Alright. Okay. Mac, you are up. You pop out of the bottle. You know the gargoyles are there waiting for you. It is your turn.
It's dark, right?
Yeah.
So, can I throw up my hood of my cloak of elven kind?
Okay.
And try to stealth? Try to hide? I also have Skulker, which means that I can hide when lightly obscured from the creature from which you are hiding.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
You can make
Cloak
that
of
attempt. I will not, not reveal the dark vision capabilities of said gargoyles, but yeah. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, by the way, while I wear the cloak of elven kind, wisdom perception checks made to see me have a disadvantage.
Sounds good.
So that's 30 on my stealth.
Alrighty then. Okay. Now what are you gonna do?
I'm going to pull out my. I don't have any idea how far away they are because it's hard to see the grid with the tile with the
Didn't
roof.
expect to be on the roof, so the roof doesn't have a grid. They're approximately about like 30, 40 feet away from you, both of them.
Okay, so. Oh, wrong button. I'm going to use my cunning action, which permits me. I guess I already took my bonus action. Never mind.
Bonus action would have been to hide.
Yeah, you're right. I misread. I'm gonna pull out my bow, and I'm going to target the nearest gargoyle. So probably that one down there to the bottom of the map.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire.
Give me just 1 second. Okay. You do not have advantage against them because they did have dark vision, so you weren't able to hide, so you just make a normal attack.
$19.
Okay, that will hit.
10.
Alright. Okay, Azalea, it is your turn with Phil on deck.
Okay. So, if my walking speed is 50 feet, I could get up to 1 in 1 turn.
Easily get up to one of them in 1 turn.
So I could run up to the one in the top corner and do some cool unarmed strike
Yes. Yes, you can.
monk thing.
Because monks.
So I can roll dice now.
Yes, so you roll a d20 to hit, add your proficiency bonus plus your, since it's unarmed, you'd either use strength or dexterity since you're a monk, whichever you'd prefer. And tell me what number you rolled.
I add all those numbers together.
Yes.
20.
15 plus dexterity 4, so 19.
19
And
will
our-
definitely hit.
And
Plus,
we have a proficiency bonus of what, 4?
Oh yeah.
yeah, plus 4.
So plus four.
Yeah. So you essentially just add 8 to any attack rolls.
Okay, that makes it easier.
Yeah. So that will definitely hit. And then
Yeah, on your character sheet that I sent you, Sarah, it should have unarmed strike listed in the like that box on the bottom right of the first page. And that second box, it says hit. It'll be plus a number. That's the number you add to your d20.
Oh, okay.
cool. And then next to that, it will have where it says damage/type. That's what you roll for your damage with your. And because you are a monk, you get to make 2 attacks with your unarmed strike per turn.
So I roll the d20 again?
Yep. See if you
The
hit the
second one,
attack.
or do you want me to do damage first?
Do damage with the first one first, and then roll for
Okay.
the second attack.
7.
Perfect. Okay. Now you roll for your second attack.
15.
Okay. 15 will hit.
D6s don't like me. That's a 9.
That's not small numbers with the d6.
Well, I get a plus 8, so I rolled a 1.
You should only get a plus.
You get a plus
So, 'cause
4
you don't
on
add your
damage.
proficiency bonus to the damage. You just add your dexterity bonus to the damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on that sheet where it says damage less type, it says 1d6 plus 4.
Okay,
For your
so yes,
unarmed.
that would be a 5 then for that
Gotcha.
damage. And
The previous one would have been
4 minus 4.
okay. Cool.
Now, Sarah, you are a monk. Would you like to spend a key point now that you've hit with unarmed strike to do your flurry of blows and attack again?
That does sound like a good thing to do as a monk.
That's
Okay.
a good thing. So you only
Then-
have how many key points? Just looking at her character sheet. How many key points does she have?
You have as many as your level.
So you have
So
10
she's
key
got 10.
points. So okay. So then you get to make 2 more unarmed strikes.
$19.
That will hit.
7.
All right. Now your next one.
21.
That will hit.
Also 7.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so now, because D&D, Sarah, as a way of the open hand monk, you have landed an attack with flurry of blows, which means you can use your open hand technique, and you can either cause it to get pushed away, fall prone, or yeah, those are the two. So you're either wanting to knock it prone, which it then gets a saving throw against, or you want to push it away, which it gets a saving throw against.
Knock it prone.
Okay, so Dex 15 auto.
All right. It definitely
Or you
failed.
can force it to not be able to use its reaction until the end of its next turn.
I'll still just knock it prone.
So it did fail. So you knock it to the ground. So that means any attacks made against it now have advantage, which means you roll the d20 twice and you take whatever the higher number is. Okay. That is going to be Phil's turn with Isla on deck.
Okay, so my bonus action, I will no longer be an eagle. I will go back to being Phil.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of what I want to do on this roof that isn't going to alert the very few guards that are out there. A lot of my spells are very light show-esque. I am going to okay, so not Artyom, sorry. His name in Discord is Artyom. Mac, you didn't move. You shot a weapon last time. Is that what you did? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know I'm supposed to know what I do before. I was just helping Sarah.
You're helping Sarah. Like,
Instead
there's not
of-
a lot of combat because, combat's not our favorite thing. But
How far away is Sarah from me?
about 30 to 40 feet.
I'm going to move to where she's within 30 feet, and I'm going to cast haste on Sarah.
All right.
Tasty hasty.
And just for the benefit, what does
So,
haste?
Sarah, your speed is doubled, so now you can move 100 feet in a round.
Yes, because she needed to be even faster.
Oh, it
You
gets
get-
even better though.
You get a +2 to your AC. You have an advantage on all dex saving throws, and you get another attack each turn. So you
Another
can attack.
action, yeah.
No, it's an additional action. Yep.
Yeah, but if you take the attack action, it's only one extra attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tasty
Oh,
hasty.
haste.
So you have been hasted. Hey, I picked a very specific land so I could give my monk haste.
Oh, haste, haste, haste.
And then, is there actually like a crown pinnacle thing right there?
Yes.
All right, I'm just gonna. not hide because I don't have the action, but I'm just gonna get so there's as much of it between me and the others as possible. We're gonna Savage Worlds cover it up here.
Okay, cover is a thing in D&D. So, all right, cool. So you have cover, full cover. All right, it is now Isla's turn with the gargoyles on deck.
We're trying to be subtle.
Yes.
I mean, I think at this point you've probably run with Phil enough to know if he's not throwing fire and lightning, we're probably in subtlety mode.
Okay, I'm not good at subtle in a fight, so I'm gonna use frostbite on. Might have to get a little bit closer. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use frostbite on that one that is not engaged with Azalea.
Okay.
So he has to make a con save.
He's better at a Constitution save than he's a Dexterity save. What's the DC?
17.
Yeah, except your DM can't roll for crap, so he fails.
All right. He takes. Oh goodness, what is this? That's not very much damage. He takes 3 cold damage, but he has disadvantage on its next weapon attack, made before the end of its next turn.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be it. I realize, sadly, since we used the bottle to get over here, that's it on the bottle. It's only a once a day thing.
Yep.
Oops.
All right. So this gargoyle to the bottom is going to use its flight speed to close, not tactical, to close with Isla.
Oh boy.
Make an attack on Isla since you're the most recent thing to attack it. What's your AC?
14.
It's making a multi-attack. It's first with its bite. So its bite will hit you for 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Make its claw attack. Its claw attack will not hit you. Alright. The next one is going to attack Azalea. What's your AC is 17. Oh, but you got plus 2 bonus from haste, so 19.
Yes.
Okay, so the first attack does not hit Azalea.
Unhittable monks.
Neither does the second attack. Alright, Mac, it is your turn. Mac, if you want to, like, hide... Well, you will have advantage if you attack that gargoyle in front of you with, since it's engaged with Isla, or you can attack the one engaged with Azalea, so you can use your sneak attack. Or you can try to hide behind, like, these banister pole thingies. I don't know what you call them on top of a roof, but you see the ridges. So that way you can be getting your sneak attack stuff.
I mean, I have a bow in my hand.
You can use your,
Cunning action, disengage, and then do it.
And you'd still get the sneak attack because it's engaged with me if you go for either of them.
Yeah, you'd get the sneak attack, so you're still doing your massive amounts of rogue damage, the 2 most broken classes in D&D, rogue and monk.
Alright. Disengage with cunning action, and then I attack the one closest to me.
Okay, roll to hit.
13.
That will miss. Unfortunate. Alright, Azalea, it's your turn with Phil on deck. What?
I just realized, did that
you have-
gargoyle, when it attacked me, did it have disadvantage on that first attack? Because I hit it with frostbite.
Oh, that's right. It still would have hit you.
Okay, never mind.
But, okay, sorry. Azalea, it is your turn with Phil on deck.
For edification, they are in fact just called roof ridges.
Roof ridges. Good to know.
Roofs have ridges.
She's going to continue raining blows upon the gargoyle in front of her.
Okay, so, alright. You get
So
a
you
roll.
get 3 base.
3 base, yep.
And then if you choose to flurry of blows, you'll get 2 more.
And
Do
you
I
have
have
advantage on it.
to-
You have advantage, which means you roll the dice twice and take the higher number for each one because it's prone. And
Do I have to announce that I want to use my key before, or can I see if the 3 base ones?
You see if the 3 base ones hit, and then you can decide if you want to use your key after.
I like. A dirty 20.
Okay, that will hit.
Okay. 7.
Okay. I hate math.
Yeah, you chose.
Yes,
D&D,
I chose
Richard,
Dungeons and
man.
Dragons. I know.
I mean, you could have chose Pathfinder, and I'd mock you more.
I would no.
Oh, please, never Pathfinder.
26.
Well, definitely hit.
7.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
That will definitely hit.
10.
All right, tell me how you destroyed that gargoyle.
Yeah.
That gargoyle is gone.
She does a roundhouse kick.
All right. So your roundhouse kick as your heel makes contact with the gargoyle. It turns back into stone, and you just knock the top, the head off. It goes flying off the roof, and the rest of the gargoyle just crumbles into dust. And yeah, do you want to move to engage the other gargoyles? You still have your movement, so you can still move if you want.
Yeah, I was going to ask if I can still do that and run up to the one in front of
Yeah.
Isla.
You can do that. Definitely a hasted one. And then you could still spend your key to make another, make those other attacks against this.
Yeah, you can flurry of blows this guy now.
I will do that.
Okay. All right, make 2 more attacks.
Don't want to waste my haste. 25.
That will hit.
8.
Okay.
Did you say I got 1 or 2 more?
1 more.
One
after
more.
this.
$22.
That will hit.
7.
Okay. Phil, it is your turn with Isla on deck.
I'm gonna hold my action in case somebody gets really hurt.
Okay. Alright. Means it is Isla's turn.
Okay.
Gargoyles on deck. Or Phil if he decides to take his action after this.
So, I'm gonna just do frostbite again.
Okay.
That's the quietest thing that I've got. It's another con save.
Okay, this one, it succeeded this time.
Okay, well then it takes no damage because warlocks and cantrips are great.
Yep. Do you want to take your action this turn, Phil? I mean, this turn, Phil? Or do you want to wait for after the gargoyle?
Oh, wait.
Okay, alright, so the gargoyle is going to make its multi-attack. 1 attack is going to be against Isla, 1 attack is going to be against Azalea. So the bite attack is against Isla. That will hit Isla for 7 points of piercing damage. The next one, the claw attack will... Wow, I actually managed to hit Azalea for... That is 5 points of slashing damage. Alright. Okay, Phil, it is now your turn.
I will healing word Isla.
Thank you.
So you get 1d4 plus 5 because I'm just casting it at first level. Do I roll that or do you? I don't know.
Generally, you roll it. At least that's how I do it. I know there are some groups that do it.
Yeah.
You
Otherwise.
get max hit points back.
Yes.
So
Thank you
9.
very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Now I'm at 69.
Alright.
Nice.
Mac, it is your turn with Azalea on deck.
Get him, Mac.
I attacked. I rolled an 18.
That will definitely hit. Roll your sneak attack damage with that.
Let's see it.
That sweet 5d6 sneak attack damage.
In addition to the weapon
In addition
damage,
to the
too.
Weapon damage, yep.
So that's a total of 28.
Alright. Tell me how you destroyed that gargoyle, because that gargoyle is also gone.
A very well placed arrow to the face.
Alright. So just like before, you watch as the gargoyle freezes up and disintegrates into dust. Alright. And right there, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We will be back in 5 minutes. We're going to just take a quick 5-minute break for restroom and things like that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Are back. Welcome. Okay, so pick up where we left off. You all, so now you're sitting on the roof with gargoyle dust blowing in the wind.
Has anyone noticed what went down?
You all did. It was done. Oh, it was over pretty quick, you know, and pretty silently. So.
Well, let's get this roof open.
Okay. Based on the blueprints we were given, what's directly below us?
Antonov's bedroom is directly below you.
Ooh, maybe let's skip that one.
Wait, wouldn't that be where we want to go?
I mean, I assume it's in his workshop, and I'd rather not wake him up. I assume this
But
part
if
is not
we-
going to be
If
super.
we get him, right? If we drop on top of him, sorry, I'll try and get my.
I mean,
accent
that's true. We're supposed to bring him with us.
Right, and so if we drop right in on top of him, we bait him up, tie him up, do all that stuff that we do, and then he can get us into whatever special trappedy place that we got to get it out of.
Well,
The biggest problem with this is here on the roof. I can turn these shingles into mud. That's no problem. But the mud's just going to fall down.
I mean,
And so if it lands on him, he's going to wake up before we go down on him.
I've got a crowbar.
That's going to make a lot of noise if you start prying up shingles. So, you know, I'm perfectly happy to, turn it into mud if that's what we want to do, but maybe we might be better if we go over to like the edge of the roof and we do like the slate and the wall, and it'll slide down the outside.
That sounds better.
Okay, so I'll, make my way, carefully, obviously, down over to the edge of the. I was thinking the other way. Now, where is Anta, whatever his face's bed chamber, Yuri's bed chamber?
Directly underneath you. That
Okay,
entire-
so if I go my northeast, right? Is that still his bed chamber?
Wait, his workshop is on the other side of the second floor. If we want to go in there, we can do that.
Yeah, that would still be his bed chamber.
We just kidnap him and make him open it for us.
If we go on the opposite end, of the roof.
Yeah, it's a yeah. Do we wanna go in northeast and go into the bedchamber and get Yuri first, or do we want to go southwest and go into the workshop first?
I think we get Yuri first. It's a lot easier to get him to disarm all the traps when we put a knife to his throat. When he
Unless
knows
he's-
what they are.
Unless he's got some sort of alarm system.
Well, that's probably a thing he has anyway.
Some sort of secret trigger that he trips him when everything comes down on us.
What do you think, Zale?
Let's grab Yuri first.
Okay.
So he's gonna stand there for a second. He's gonna. How not thrilled does Isla actually look about the plan of grabbing Yuri first?
Not like super upset or anything, just like, okay.
Do you not think it's a good idea, love?
Honestly, I don't know. I've never met this person, never been here. It just will complicate things to have an extra person with us. That's the only thing I think of.
We gotta get him out either way, right?
Yeah, but it's easy to just grab him out his bed and just...
But
Oh,
if we set off an alarm in the workshop, he might,
He'll come right to us.
or pop off.
Probably
That's
pop
true.
off.
I think that might be a concern.
Can we keep him asleep or something? Subdue him somehow? Because I'm not very good at that. I can try, but if I fail, that's about all I've got.
Between Mac and Azzy, right? I think we might be able to keep him.
We could also kill him.
We could kill him, yeah. That's also an option. I mean, it's not my favorite,
We
but
have lots of rope.
we could tie him
Yeah.
up. Is the rest of the house likely to be made of stone? Like, that's the question. Like, I could just stick his arm through the wall and turn it back to rock again.
Most of the walls are made of stone.
I mean, so we wake him up, shove his arms through the wall, put it back to stone. He's stuck.
And then he's screaming.
Gags are useful.
Yeah, I mean,
But
But he's-
what's more quiet than asleep?
I don't know how you intend to keep him asleep. That's the problem.
aye, that's my concern. It's not in my repertoire, love.
Gentle
if it's
tap
not
to
yours.
the back of the head.
But I want him to disable his traps.
It seems more likely he's just going to enable them.
I could see that.
I can try to suggest he does something we like. I can suggest it twice.
Well, let's give it a go. I mean, let's be fair. If there's one MO for Silverthorn, it's been getting to the door and then making it up as we go along.
Oh, yes, for sure.
So, I think we go in here.
Okay. Just make sure he's not upset, and we'll try and make him happy. Make him more helpful.
Right. Don't make him upset when we break into his house. I'll do my best. And he'll kneel down there on the edge. And the goal, Patrick,
Okay.
just to clarify here. Gotta pull up my spell, because fancy and magic.
Race is he? Do we know?
He's human.
Okay, good. Perfect. Awesome. My
Supposedly.
favorite. Maybe he's
As
an
far as you
Azimar.
know.
Maybe he's an Azimar.
Yeah, we'll find out. We get a 40-foot cube here.
Okay.
So
And
much.
I am doing a chunk of ceiling and a chunk of wall. And the objective is to get it to kind of slide down the outer wall rather than just plummet, onto the floor as a thing. And I'm gonna cast Transmute Rock to Mud.
Okay. We will say are successful, it slides down the outer wall. And are you going in immediately? Are you looking in?
I'm letting the sneaky guy peek in.
Okay. Sneaky guy.
Right. I'm going to plop down in.
You're going to jump in like yourself?
Yes.
Okay,
The way he's asking it is like.
I'm trying to clarify. It's because of the eagle fiasco. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what exactly is going on.
Yes.
He understands that his brother's come up with incredibly unorthodox plans.
Okay.
He was not prepared for this.
So where you did this exactly, you can see his bed. Yuri is not in his bed.
There's nobody here.
Great. Perfect. Jump in.
There's nobody here.
Well,
We're
I
in
can
the
only
house
cast
now.
the spell bloody twice. So go in the damn hole.
I'm going to try and land on my feet by making an acrobatics check if that is acceptable.
Sure. If you want
I
to.
imagine, yes, Sarah could do exactly the same thing.
27.
So you definitely land on your feet.
And then I'm going to try and stealth with my cloak of elvenkind,
Okay.
which color shifts to camouflage me. Oh, good. That's a natural 20 plus 12 is 32.
Gross.
30 is technically the highest you can roll, even with bonuses. So yeah. All right, everyone else is gonna come down. Do you?
I mean, so as the other two are super fancy getting down, Fillmore's gonna look at Isla because he imagines he's gonna have to help her through the hole, like lower her down, kind of a thing. You're right.
Great. Fine.
You know what I mean. You've been
Yep.
all right.
Great. Fine. Let's go. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to give myself a fly speed of 30. Cool little like genie smoke underneath my feet. I can fly for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Right.
new.
Okay.
Right.
Don't get ahead of me. So,
So you all
With-
are literally standing on his bed because that's where the wall disappeared.
with my dungeon delver feat, I have advantage on wisdom, perception, intelligence, investigation check made to detect the presence of secret doors. I have advantage on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. I have resistance to damage dealt by traps, and I can search for traps while traveling at a normal pace instead of a slow pace. So I'm going to try and sneakily cross the room. Well, first I'm going to look around in the immediate area near me for traps.
Okay. All right, give me your investigation check.
I got an 18.
All right. So you do a quick sweep of the room. You're very surprised at how bare the room is. You know, you figure someone who was quite wealthy would probably have a more fancy room. But so you do your quick sweep. I'm assuming you're like walking and checking around the room as you go.
Yeah. Can I investigate like the desk and the little armoire thing down at the bottom too?
So you
How-
notice.
How long is it taking him to do this, by the way?
So you can do it at normal speed. It'll probably take him like 5 minutes to look around.
Like,
25 feet
it-
every 6
is
seconds.
it long enough for me to short rest on the bed and hang out while he does it, since I'm not doing anything?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna.
Wait, we're in here for an hour?
How long is a short rest in
Short rest is
D&D
technically
5e?
an
I don't
hour.
know.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, short rest is technically an hour.
If we were in my cool fancy bottle, it would be 10 minutes, but that's gone.
All right, so Mac. So we're gonna zoom in on the desk because this is where you start finding interesting stuff. So you notice on the desk that creepy book.
Kill
Firstly,
this
you
looks like it
notice.
belongs to you.
So you notice this really creepy book, as well as you're looking at one of the one of the the drawers. In that drawer, you can see has a mechanism on it, which after investigating for a little bit, you can tell the mechanism would activate a ward, which would cause a trap to go off. So you do find a trap on the desk, as well as a weird book on the desk. Everything else seems to be perfectly normal.
So the desk is warded by that trap then?
If you opened that particular drawer, yeah.
Okay. I have an ability. Think. Alright, everybody back up just a wee bit. I'm gonna try and get rid of this here trap. So I pull out my thief tools, as I am wont to use. So how, well kept does this mechanism look?
Very well kept.
So it's all the pieces are nice and shiny. There's no rust. It's not. Looks like the bits are stuck together.
Yep. It's very, very well kept.
Okay, here we go.
Thieves' tool dexterity check to disarm it.
Yeah. Just straight dexterity or a sleight of hand?
Just straight dexterity. But you have your thieves' tool expertise bonus from being a rogue that you took. Don't forget that. So you still get a double your proficiency bonus.
Didn't I put that in?
Rogues and monks are broken.
Sorry,
Nah,
double.
druids are broken.
So that's a 22.
Everyone's broken.
All right. So you are. It is close, but you are able to finagle it to the point where the trap does not go off, and you can open the drawer. Opening the drawer.
Nobody touch it. What's in the drawer?
You see a key.
Aha! Key. So I got a key. What was the other thing? There was the scary book and the what else?
That was the only two things of interest in the room currently.
Oh. I'm gonna pocket the key.
I'll take a look at the book if that's okay.
Wait, don't move yet. I'm not done.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting your process. Sorry.
And then I'm going to continue on to the next part.
Okay, yeah. There's nothing else in the room. That was the only.
Not even down there by the little armoire thing?
Nope. I mean, the armoire holds his wardrobe. That's it.
What about behind that little clothing thing? The little dresser.
Wait, the GM did just tell us there's nothing else here.
That's what's.
I assume he thinks you're being incredibly
Nothing else.
thorough.
Okay, now you can look at the book.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go hide under the table. I don't want the book to blow up.
All right. So.
Are there any plants in here, by the way?
Nope.
I hate this guy.
He likes stone a lot. Not so much.
I mean, I like stone too, but
Not even a single succulent. This dude.
All right. So Isla, you're examining the book.
Yes.
Okay, Isla. What languages do you speak?
I read all of them because I have Eyes of the Runekeeper, so that allows me to read all writing.
All right. So you don't recognize the language on here, but you're able to read it anyway. It is the name of the book is called the. Sorry, let me look. The Book of Dark Rituals is what it is called.
Mm-hmm.
it'll
And
grant you 3 black mana.
We know this book.
I'm more wondering if there's something about like blood and shadows and sight, things like that.
It is very clasped shut. Like if you look, it has a clasp on it that's holding it shut, and you can't open it. But as you touch the book, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. At least I'm proficient in that. Not great, but oh no. A 9.
All right. So as you touch it, you just hear tons of whispering and it's whispering, shouting, every kind of volume of speaking going on in your mind at once. You take 15 points of psychic damage. And you just are brought to your knees as you're touching this book. And you have a vision as you are touching it. You see this shadowy shape, like it's just like shadowy cloud, and inside it you can't really make out. You can see that there's something in it, but you can't really make out what's in it. You see it has these large bat-like wings at one point. You see it has like 4 arms, but other than that you can't really make out any of the rest of the shape. And you can just hear one word being repeated over and over again. Uxthav, Uxthav, Uxthav. And yeah, it's just, that is the only thing going on in your mind, to the point where you start saying, you're just sitting there saying Uxthav, Uxthav, Uxthav. And you all are watching Isla just kneeling on the floor at this point.
I mean, the minute she went down, like, Fillmore was there.
Okay.
Isla. And he'll cast a 2nd level healing word on her.
Can I let go of the book?
You can't at this moment. The moment he casts the spell on you and kind of like shakes you out of your reverie, you can drop the book. You drop it.
Okay. Yeah, I will drop the book.
You want to tell them what just happened, or are you just going to keep that to yourself?
I'll heal you for 12, by the way.
Oh, yay. Yay, cool. It's some sort of black mumbo jumbo, awful. Don't touch a bit. Don't touch the book. But we should take it. It's probably very important. I've got a guy who could look at it and tell us a bit more about what it is. But don't touch it, please. It's not good.
Is there a roll we can do on that name?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh.
I suppose he's like heavily affront to nature, to where nature would fall in line.
Oh yeah, he definitely would not be nature.
Right,
62.
I mean more like nature would know he's a bad thing.
Oh. No, not a nature check.
21.
21.
Is this?
Arcana?
Mine's a 16.
16. Okay. You don't know the name, Isla, but Phil, you've heard whisperings of a name called Uxthav. You've heard whisperings of an ancient. It's comes from dwarven legend.
As a dwarf, can I roll a history roll to improve my knowledge here?
Go for it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Okay. So, as you all know, most dwarves have moved away from the mountains. There are a few dwarves who still live in the mountains or do mining stuff, but most dwarves have moved away from the mountains because a long time ago there used to be a very powerful dwarven, a bunch of powerful dwarven city-states. But rumor has it that they dug too deep one day and came across a being known as, that they just called the Deep One. But it is the most obscure legends that put a real name to this being. This being is known as Uxthav. and it is said that he, Uxtav, he, she, they, it, no one's sure, is what brought about the ruin of the ancient dwarven, powerful city-states. And it is Uxtav, and Uxtav was, he just brought madness. He transformed, the current deep ones you know of are, they run rampant in ancient dwarven ruins. They are dwarves who have been misshapen and transformed by this Uxthav's magic. No one knows exactly what the ancient dwarves did, but they know that the ancient dwarves bound Uxthav somehow, but no one knows exactly how they did it.
So he's gonna, while she's dropped down the book and she's still kind of shaking, as he casts the healing spell, he's gonna take just very gently, just his fingertips like right on her cheekbones and look in her eyes, and he's gonna speak to her in halfling. Why that name, love? Where did you hear it?
Thing that I could hear from the book.
Isla, what color were your eyes?
Brown.
They're no longer brown. They're this, neon green color.
And that's something he would notice, immediately.
Yeah.
Love, your eyes have changed.
What?
Your eyes are... And he'll, kind of lower her glasses a little bit. Your eyes are... This... Is it like an emerald green?
No, it's like a neon.
Like neon, scary...
Mm-hmm.
You remember that
Sith
time...
Lord green?
Yeah.
You remember that time when we were in that cave and there was that slime on the wall?
Yes.
That's what color your eyes are now.
Oh, that's awful. That stuff stunk so bad. Okay.
Well, I got
Great.
good news. Your eyes don't stink. We got that going for you. But
That's okay.
hey,
It's not much better.
that name. That's not a name Mac's gonna know. It's not a name that most of my kind knows. But you remember I was telling you about the deep ones, the dark ones.
Yeah.
That's because of that name.
So what? This artist guy, like some scary stories before he goes to bed.
Or maybe if he's working on the masterpiece, he's trying to set him free. Legend is that ancient dwarves bound him. This name that you've been saying. Bound him up. It's never really been said how or why, but why is obvious, but how. Well, I've had my theories based on my research, and I think we bound him in the stone. And if my stone be bound, my stone be broken. All you gotta do is look around, love. This whole place is made out of stone. Those gargoyles, just an example of what this geomancer guy does. If he needs, you saw those emeralds before. They're huge. And the ability to put light and magic in them. And he looks at her with these very intense eyes. That name scares me, love. And you know me. I ain't scared of much.
So, what does this mean then? Do we just
Means-
go? This is a lot more than we were thinking we'd get into.
Means
Not something we are prepared for.
we ain't taking him back alive. And his jaw sets in that kind of way that she's only seen a few times in their history. And generally, when it was dealing with something that was this huge defilement of nature, and that, rebel with a cause thing kicks in.
Give me just a second. I'm going to use, because I also have Eldritch Sight, which allows me to cast Detect Magic whenever I feel like it. I'm going to cast Detect Magic and look at this book again. Can I tell, what kind of magic this book is? What stank is on this?
You're looking for a school of magic or
Yeah,
school magic? Doesn't
if
have
possible.
a
Do I just get a
specific-
general magic
you just
vibe
get a
off
very
it?
general dark, evil magic vibe, which is something because
Cool.
as I've stated otherwise, that magic is a tool. It's not inherently bad, it's not inherently good, it's how it gets used. But this brand of magic, you get very much dark, evil vibe out of.
But it's not like a conjuration book of this is how you get Ustav to show up.
Nope. It doesn't have.
Okay. Not that that's not just written in there, but okay. Great.
We're not taking him back alive. The 50p don't mean nothing to me.
I think I'm okay with that. I mean, we've got to find him.
And we will. Are you okay?
No, but it's not time to sit here until I am, so we should just go.
He'll squeeze her hands. I'm right here. And he'll stand up and help her to her feet. Mac,
What? I didn't touch it.
I know. You remember when we was kids? Remember that Pratt who burned down the forest and how mad I was?
Right. Yeah.
I'm
You
madder
brought
now.
that up good. Oh, boy.
Hey, Azzy,
Yes.
we're killing this guy.
Any particular reason why?
You know the Dark Ones?
No.
He's
Somewhat,
trying to bring
yes.
him. My guess is he's trying to bring him back.
You shouldn't have done that.
And this guess is based on that book?
Based on the book and the name Isla's been saying.
I'm not familiar with that name.
It's, most aren't. That's the name for the reason why dwarves don't live in the mountains no more.
I'm really nervous. If I do disguise self on myself to get my eyes back to brown, do they go?
Yes, if you cast Disguise
Okay.
Self,
Okay. Okay. Cool.
We're not just gonna kill this. We're gonna burn his house to the ground.
That's made of rock. Azzy,
Standing on wood floor.
Azzy, you know me. I don't kill unless we have to. Life's sacred. His ain't.
I will keep that in mind based on what we see. I think we may be spending too much time in here, though.
I agree with that.
Right, let me check the door.
Door is not trapped. You would have definitely found that out in your very thorough,
So-
30 investigation check.
As we get ready to move, he's gonna tap his staff on the floor, and just kind of these, kind of almost like spores sort of drift out and settle on everybody's clothes, and I will use the staff to cast Pass Without a Trace on those.
Alright. That means means everyone gets a +10 bonus to their stealth checks and doesn't leave.
Nobody can see me ever.
Doesn't leave. Yeah, you don't leave traces behind that you are.
I mean, I didn't anyway because I'm flying,
Yeah.
but you know.
Perfectly silent all the time with my. Boot.
What are we doing with the book?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Oh,
That's the question.
I can pull out some like calipers out of my thieves' tools and just
Put it in his pillowcase.
So where
oh
are you?
man.
You're gonna
Should we put it between his two pillows and like tie rope around it really tight? Just put like a buffer of goose down between us and it.
Sure, yeah.
All right, but this is your weird magic book. You take it shortly.
Okay.
I don't want.
Don't want it.
Okay. You gonna go through. So the door is over.
Open the door.
All right, let's sneak along with our +10 of tracelessness.
Give me stealth checks.
Do I even have to roll for stealth anymore?
Nah, at this point you have a natural 20. What with that +10, you get a 22 on all stealth checks.
Yeah.
Roll
Yes,
just
I want to see.
Fury.
I want to see you get a 40. I want to see you get a 40. Come on. I have a 27.
A 31. Because I rolled a 9.
24. 24.
Also a 24.
What'd you get, Isla?
27.
We very, very sneaky, sir.
Very.
Isn't
Alright.
this pretty much
Practically
like
invisible.
I'm with my party, but my party can't see me?
Yes.
But I can still
They
smell
can't.
you.
And you can't hear me either because of my boots.
That would be correct. All right. So you walk through.
Yep.
You see.
How many magic items are we supposed to have?
I have 2
Adam
uncommon.
got two very
Two
two
uncommon,
very
okay.
uncommon, so he finagled 2 out of
I was
them.
like, I swear the write-up said
Yeah,
one.
It was 1, but Adam he picked 2 that had very limited effects.
You're fine.
So you got
That's
one.
why I was like,
All right. So you should not be able to see through that. There you go. Now you can't see through it. All right. So you see the stairs that go downwards. And the door to the workshop is across the way. The door to the workshop is made out of stone, despite the fact that it looks like wood on there. Has a face carved into it, and into the face is in the metal where the mouth would be. It's an open face is a keyhole.
Alright.
Still got detect magic up, so if anything is magic.
The door is
Let
very
me know.
much magic.
I have a
What
key.
kind of magic? Crazy exploding magic, or this
Uh,
door is just very pretty magic?
This door is it's enchantment. Detect magic doesn't tell you exactly what the spell does, right?
Okay. Yeah,
It's an enchantment spell.
Time for more investigating.
Alright, roll your investigation check. I'm assuming you're all coming to the door.
Yeah.
29 or 28. Take your pick.
You take your pick.
29.
Alright, so you do not see, so you look at the door, you do not see any, you see glyphs and runes written on it, but you don't see any, like, traps. None that you recognize as traps, and you would definitely recognize them if they were traps.
If there's
Your-
glyphs and runes written on it, what do they say?
Yeah,
Your
I
best
was-
guess is that it's magic that the door will only open when a specific key is put in, is your best guess to the enchantment.
Gotcha.
It's not like
I
you
have-
could pick the lock to open the door.
I have a key.
Oh, try the key.
I'm gonna give it to the monk. There you go. You got better reflexes than I do.
All right.
Which is saying something, because mine are pretty good.
Okay. So you opening the door, Azalea, with at least you're inserting the key.
I like to feel like this is not the first time that this exact same interaction has happened. Mac acquires a key, and then we're at the door, and he's like, "Hey, Azzy, you do this."
You don't seem to be very good with keys, Mac.
Don't you remember that one door that blew up on me?
And then that other door that was actually some sort of creature that kind of bit in his hand.
Yeah, the mimic. The mimic bit me.
Charlie, baby.
Charlie,
I'm very hurt.
All right. So you're opening the door.
Yep, she just walks up.
Alright.
Takes it in.
So you open the door. You all walk in. And so obviously the first thing you notice is that massive statue.
Does it look like Uthnagwakbuk?
It looks. I mean, you wouldn't know, but Isla is aware that.
I got remarkably high rolls on both my history and my arcana. I might know.
Isla is the only one who has seen the shape, and again the shape, and that's the thing about Alostav is that the only things are known about Alostav is that he has wings and 4 arms. Everything else is just super shadowy, like shrouded.
But he's like some biblical angel thing,
Sure.
but not an angel.
Of evil.
So
Yeah.
you walk in and you see the statue. It has 4 arms and bat wings, and you can clearly see the 2 emeralds placed in it. And sitting in front of it with a chisel working on like the toes, you see this emaciated man who just looks like he probably hasn't slept for days. Or might probably not even eaten anything for days. And he's just working. And he's just chipping away at these toes.
I would like to cast Moonbeam on him.
What?
What?
Okay? You cast Moonbeam. He makes a saving throw.
You're gonna be, Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy here, my dude.
He
From
I
that
Seen that movie in a long time.
Infinity War.
he fails his throw, so he takes the max damage, and he does not transform. He does not shapeshift back to another shape. He's not a shapeshifter. So no, that's what you were probably trying to go for.
Oh no, I was going for. This appears to be the artist guy. He's making a grave affront to nature. I have every intention of killing him.
Okay. All right.
And he doesn't know I'm here.
Roll for your damage.
That is 16 radiant damage.
All right. So he drops his chisel and he grasps at his heart as he has almost no hit points to speak of, and rolls over onto the ground in just agony. And he looks at you. He says, "My masterpiece. It's almost complete. Please. Let me finish."
Can I go over and stab him?
You can let the DM finish his monologue momentarily.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
I've seen The Incredibles. You ain't catching no one monologuing.
He's just like,
Let him finish the monologue. I want to hear it.
he's just like, I'm so close. The Dark One. I've almost finished my edifice to the Dark One. My life for the Dark One. That he dies, and as he dies, the statue comes to life.
I knew.
You just watch the.
But he said he almost finished it, not he did.
Yeah, so there's one toe that's not complete.
That's good. That means he's off balance.
Is it his pinky toe?
That's how it works. Alright.
No, that is how it works.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom in slightly. Everyone give me initiative checks.
Wait, am I still super stealthy, sneaky, hidden?
Yes.
Are we all super sneaky, hidden, stealthy?
Except me, as I just,
Except for
ignited him on
I mean,
fire.
The rest of the thing is that Mac has the cloak that's making him like
Wait!
camouflage in.
Timeout.
Yes. Timing out.
Oh, sorry. I misread the thing. You're good.
Time back in.
Time back in. I misread the dimensions. We're fine.
Okay. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh. I literally rolled as badly as I can because I can't roll natural ones as a halfling. So
I got a 7.
Only a 7?
Yeah, because I rolled a 3 plus 4, and that's 7.
Wow. All right, Phil, what'd you get?
22.
Isla?
5.
Mac?
I got an unnatural 20.
All right, cool. Well, the order is Phil, followed by the statue of the Dark One, followed by Mac, followed by Azalea, followed by Isla. Okay, Phil, it is your turn with the statue of the Dark One.
So describe the stat. I know the forearms, wings, shadow, whatever. Is he still, like, is he living, active stone? Is he shadow and flesh?
He's at this point he's stone. This is a statue. This clearly isn't the actual Dark One. But
So let's do that thing where I do the really obnoxious thing to you.
what's the really obnoxious thing to me?
I'm gonna turn him into mud.
Okay.
Now, there is no real description here about him getting to save if he's the thing made out of stone.
You are correct. There is not.
He essentially, per the writing of the spell, simply becomes mud now.
Now we have to fight a mud monster.
A mud monster, great.
So, because he is animated, he will still maintain his shape, but he'll be made out of mud and will take away some of his HP and his AC.
Uh-huh.
I have an idea, though.
He's still animated in the shape, but instead of being made of stone, he's now mud.
Great.
Uh-huh.
Also, I have a question. Are these 2 stone hands, are they separate from him? Are they
Yes,
just an
they
additional
are
feature of the
separate
room?
from him. They are an additional
Okay.
feature of the room. They are separate from him.
Great.
But yeah, so yeah, he's still, because he's animated, he still has the shape, but he doesn't have, but he's now made out of mud rather than stone. Cool. All right. So, is that your entire turn? Is that everything you're doing? Or are you gonna move? You gonna?
Please
gonna-
move.
I'm gonna, yeah.
I don't like that we're all together right
What does maintain in this edition of D&D? What does maintaining concentration require of me?
As long as you don't get hit. If you get hit, then you have to roll a concentration check.
So for clarity purposes, there is a blazing moonbeam of death directly in front of that thing, between it and us still.
Yep.
And I'm gonna move over behind those boxes.
And what's the what's really quick? What's the area? It's 5 foot.
It's just 5 feet, yeah.
So I can remember.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, right. Yeah, wherever you had him, that's where it is.
Okay, yeah, it's a 5 foot radius. That looks right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. So it's gonna take its first.
Well, okay. If it's 5 foot radius, I misread that. Here's a question: where exactly was Dude when he began his thing?
He was
Where was Dude that I just incinerated with Moonbeam?
right there. You can see that ping.
Okay. Okay. So this is my question.
Mhm.
He had to be close enough to work on the toes, correct?
Yes.
To me, that would put the toes of the monster, aka the monster, within 5 feet of Dude. Yes?
Yes.
He needs to take 2d10 damage from entering my moonbeam when he became a monster.
Okay. Roll 2d.
That's 18.
Eric makes my shenanigans look like child's play.
Alright, okay. Alright, anything else you're doing on your turn?
Oh yeah, I'm moving over behind those boxes.
Which boxes? There's so many.
Yeah, which
The ones to the left there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
there.
Okay.
You can only move 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can get behind the boxes. Alright, cool. So you are behind the boxes. Alright, it is going to take its first legendary action.
Of course it is.
I
But it begins its turn in the moonbeam.
Legendary action does not count as a turn.
Yeah, they get
Just
taken
counts as
whenever.
get taken whenever.
Legendary actions is the worst part of D&D. Continue.
You're good. So it's
Best part. Love
gonna use its
legendary.
its flying dash legendary action to just move over here real quick. And it will now be its turn. It will then use its max fly speed to close and attack Azalea. What's your AC again? Is it? It's 17 now because you are not hasted. And it's going to miss you with its first attack. Its second attack, it's going to hit you for that's going to be 11 points of slashing damage because it slashes at you with its claws. All right. Now it is the turn of Mac with Azalea on deck.
Okay, so I'm still super sneaky hidden, right?
Yep.
Okay. Super sneaky hide me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way down next to those bottom southern boxes. Okay. And then, using my rogue thief fast hands ability, starting at 3rd level, you can use the bonus action granted by your cunning action to make either a dexterity sleight of hand check, use your thief's tools, disarm a trap or open a lock, or take the use an object action.
Okay.
And I use the use an object action to tie my vial of alchemist fire to an arrow.
Okay.
Alright. So now I have this exploding arrow. It's a little unwieldy, but we're not very far away from this thing.
Okay.
Adam and
now-
I in the same party is a problem for you, Patrick. Just
I am starting to rapidly realize this.
I'm more nervous for me and Azzy who are right next to this guy. I imagine there's gonna be a fireball happening.
This thing is really, really big, right?
Yes, it's really big, so you probably
So-
won't get hit
Takes
by the
up-
alchemist fire.
yeah, 15 feet in diameter.
I'm going to aim for one of his legs with this shot. So it's pretty much going in as straight of a line as possible to try and prevent the weight from, freaking out my arrow.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire this alchemist fire bomb arrow at him. And here is my theory. I'm going to hit it. If I hit him with the alchemist fire and it spreads, because alchemist fire is obviously hot, it's going to dry out his mud lake and turn it into
There's
dirt,
the question. Alchemist fire is basically the equivalent of napalm.
which is hot and sticky.
This is a magic guy, though. I feel like
Okay.
unless there's specific stuff about
So
fire
here's the
damage.
thing of what napalm actually does with mud. Napalm merges with mud, and the mud just burns.
But it is alchemist fire.
And this is a magical fantasy world.
Right. No, that's why I'm explaining to Patrick, for him making his decision as to how this effect interacts, because Patrick and I run game very similarly, where he wants the cool thing to happen. From a physics standpoint, this napalm alchemist fire would essentially turn him into a giant flaming thing.
Yeah, so he'd be a giant flaming thing instead of just a muddy thing.
Well, let's be fair. I've already committed to the tie-dot arrow. There's nothing
Right.
I can do about that.
I mean,
So-
yeah. So I am in agreement with Eric here. It would be a,
All right. I'm gonna.
So instead of fighting a big stone thing, now we're fighting a really big fiery guy Thank you for leaving me behind with this thing.
I would like you probably both all to realize this is probably pretty standard fare fighting with the Cinderbeard brothers. Like, I feel like nothing about this surprises you guys.
Doesn't mean it doesn't make them
Surprise.
mad.
Irritates, yes.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Alright, I'm gonna roll now to
Okay,
hit.
roll to hit.
Got so many tabs because I'm
If
so
you
familiar
miss-
with the cleric.
If you miss, you're gonna hit your
Yeah.
brother. He's right on the other side.
Like, yeah, if
I'm
you
not gonna
miss,
Don't
you're-
miss.
I'm gonna roll a die and determine where your arrow actually lands, and then what happens from there.
It's a 22.
That will not miss, luckily for you.
Okay, good. So I hit him with that, so he lights up, and Alchemist Fire does 1d4 fire damage. On a hit, the target takes 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns.
Okay.
The creature can end this damage by using its action to make a DC 10 dexterity check to extinguish the flames. To be fair, this whole thing is probably now on fire, so it would have to like roll on the ground. In my opinion, I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, okay.
It might just be like, okay, fire. And then, so am I still able to do sneak attack damage on that?
Yes, because you were hidden.
And then does it do improvised weapon damage, the 1d4?
Yes.
Okay. So improvised weapon
You
damage.
are never
4.
allowed to play in the same game again.
We didn't even plan this time.
I'm running out of fingers.
You're running out of what?
Fingers.
Oh, I thought you said air. I was like, what?
That would be a 27 damage,
Jiminy Christmas.
and it's now on
Yep.
fire.
And it's now on fire. Alright.
And I do believe that is todo lo que puedo hacer.
That would be, I believe, that would make it to, Azalea's turn with Isla on deck.
Good luck punching a thing that's on fire, Jazzy.
She's a monk.
She's a monk.
How did it
It's on
interact?
fire, though.
I mean, you just watch that the fire spreads, and it just, like, almost accepts the fire as part of itself.
Damage over time
It will
spell.
still take damage every turn from being on fire.
Good luck, Jazzy. Good luck, Jazzy.
She's probably just like, oh, not again.
Cinderbeard. Pardon me, Isla. And she just grabs Isla around the waist and takes off running for a pile of boxes to stick her behind.
Alright. Okay.
What do I need to roll for that?
Nothing. You will need. I will roll an attack of opportunity against you since you are leaving its threat range.
'Kay.
But I will not hit you because you're a monk. So. Because I'm assuming Isla is willing, which is why I'm not having.
Oh,
to
yeah.
grab Isla. So, do you have a particular set of boxes you want to run towards, or?
The pile of boxes to the left of Fillmore, up at the top.
Okay. So like these ones.
I'm not looking at whatever screen you're looking at. But yes, any box that. Yes.
Okay. All right. You are now behind those boxes.
Perfect.
Cool. And have successfully negated its second legendary action because no one's in range. Alright. Isla, is your turn. With Phil on deck.
Well, there goes the subtlety. So, I'm
The
gonna
room is
cast.
catching fire, by the way.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you said it was stone.
The wood's made out of. I mean, the floor's made out of wood.
That's what I said. And you said no.
Oh, I thought you said the wall. Like the majority of the
He
building. is made
did
out of-
ask you floor, and you said stone.
Okay, because of that, we will say the floor is made out of stone. I thought.
No,
you
it's wood. Do it. Stick with your.
I definitely
math.
feel like, well, the problem is he already told us what it was, and it would have changed the action course,
Yeah,
right?
So we will
I have an answer for it. Don't worry about it. I've got this.
stick with the floor being stone. All right, Isla.
I
Well,
apologize to call you out.
Either way, how far am I from Mac right now? I think I'm far enough. I'm gonna cast
Yeah.
Cone
Fire
of Cold.
Okay. Yep.
Bye.
In a way that will only hit Big Baddie. It will just miss Mac. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, he succeeds. I assume
Okay.
Cone of Cold will do half damage.
Yes. Half of 8d8.
It's okay. You probably couldn't hit me with the cone of cold anyway. Or rogue.
Yeah,
It's a
it's not a
Constitution
deck
saving
save,
throw.
man. Oh, those are okay rolls. It's gonna end up being 15 total cold damage once it's halved.
Okay. Cool. Alright.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to once again be able to fly because I'm faster when I fly than when I walk.
Yep.
And I'm gonna just scooch down like 3 or 4 squares to just be behind that other box. I don't want any of us to be right next to each other.
Okay, so the Cone of Cold does extinguish some of the flames on it. So
I don't want to get punched by a big flaming monster.
You could punch it without getting worried about getting caught on fire.
Up until the rest of the fire spreads again.
No, all the fire's gone. 60-foot cone, it's all gone.
That's not how napalm works at all.
That's not how magic ice works.
Alright. Phil, it is your turn with the Statue of the Dark One on deck.
Okay, I am going to move back around the boxes. So, 1, 2, 5. And I am going to not move my moonbeam. I'm going to instead cast a new moonbeam. But this moonbeam is a higher level moonbeam. So it does more damage. I'm going to center it right on that clown, so he's just constantly in moonbeamness.
Okay.
This is a 4th level moonbeam.
Phil has to make his saving throw, right?
Yep, you do need to make a saving throw.
I've never been able to roll for crap, so I fail.
That, 9 plus 9 is 18 plus 6 is 24 plus 4 is 28 radiant damage.
Alrighty then. Okay. Alright. Okay, it is going to take its legendary action to dash out. Flying dash out.
Legendary actions are the stupidest part of D&D.
Best part.
It is
Love
to
legendary
balance
action.
out the action economy when fighting a lone thingamajigger.
Alright.
We're just
Alexa,
It makes area denial classes useless, which is why it's a stupid
it
mechanic.
depends on what type of
Oops.
legendary actions it ends up getting, but yeah.
Yep.
You
So-
need more meds.
All right, what does this thing do? Tell us what it does.
I mean, it dash there, and then it's going to move towards Isla. And
Oh, boy.
actually pause and look at Isla, and ignore Isla, and go to Azalea. And roll to hit Azalea. And miss Azalea with its first attack. And hit Azalea with the second attack for 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay, it is
I don't like that.
now the turn of Mac, right? Mac with Azalea on deck.
My turn?
Oh, do
Yeah.
I get an attack of opportunity? Did it leave my
No, it
threatened
didn't,
area?
it didn't leave your threat.
Okay.
Alright. So, as a thief rogue, I have second story work, which means that I can climb faster than normal, so climbing no longer costs me extra movement. In addition, when I make a running jump, the distance you cover increases by a number of feet equal to your dex modifier. That part's not really important. I'm gonna climb up onto these boxes right here in front of me. And then,
You are now probably at head height for this thing.
oh goody. And I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, where did it go?
It's right over there.
Yeah. Uh, well, I'll make fun of it next turn when I find the insult that I was going to use. And I'm going to shoot it in the face.
Roll.
Wait, am I? It's still engaged, right?
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 20, Sapato.
Okay. Double the damage. Double the dice you roll for damage. So even your sneak attack dice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes! Rogue crits are the best crits. Actually, no, paladin crits are the best crits.
I don't know.
Paladin crits are the best crits because they get to dump as much smite as they want to after they know that they hit.
Yeah, that's true.
As a DM with 2 paladins in my party, I have learned this well.
42 total.
All right. It's still standing.
Your father has bald spots in his beard, and your mother was an elf.
Your mother was an elf. Okay. Azalea, it's your turn with Isla on deck.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberry.
Well, it's not on fire anymore, so she's gonna start hitting it.
All right. Gotta hit it 3 times to start, and then you can spend a key point to hit it 2 more times if you want.
Eric, my own teammate just cured my dot. I've been betrayed.
14.
Okay, that will miss.
Let's be fair. Isla probably normally goes, oh, he did a stupid thing. I gotta fix it again.
I mean, Isla has a negative wisdom modifier, so she is not the street smart person in the group.
Okay,
That's gonna be a 10.
That will unfortunately miss too.
That's an 18.
That will hit.
Just realized that picture looks like Goliath from Gargoyles. If he was super scary.
7.
All right. Do you want to spend a key point and attack 2 more times?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. 12.
That will miss.
13.
That will miss. And that would make it Isla's turn.
Okay. So this thing didn't attack me. I don't like that at all. But I'm so curious though. Can I? This is stupid. Can I touch it? Can I reach for it and touch it?
Sure.
Can I poke it with a stick?
There are only worse phrase uttered is, can I taste that?
Does anything weird happen when I touch it?
Nah, I mean, it doesn't shy away from your touch. You just touch it and you feel the partially dried mud under your fingers.
Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna back up, even if it takes an attack of opportunity on me.
It does not.
Just okay. Oh, I don't like that. But I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast on it.
Okay.
I only get 2 beans. Just 2. Oh gosh. The higher was 15.
The 15 will miss.
So that's it. Then yeah. They both miss.
All right, Phil, it is your turn with the monster on deck.
Draw me a 20-foot diameter circle. And let me, see what it would be.
That's 15. That's approximately as big as it would be.
Put that up over the monster guy. Okay. I'm going to tap my staff, and a little chunk of it, like a little thorn off one of the branches, is going to fly out, and a big wall of thorns is going to explode where he is, which will be in the 20-foot circle that's 20 feet high and 5 feet thick. He needs to make a dex saving throw.
Yeah, he failed.
He's going to take 7d8 piercing damage. 7, 13, only 14, 22, 28, 34, last one, 41.
Jiminy Christmas. All right. Okay, he's still up.
Is it looking crumbly?
He is looking very crumbly. Very crumbly.
And that's my turn.
Okay, and I'm assuming Wall of Thorns is...
It's on ends his turn.
Okay, it's on the ends his turn. Thick, 20 feet high. Cool. All right, he can't get out.
Yeah, because he has to
Goes to the
spend.
ceiling.
He has to double his movement to get out.
Yep. So, he is not... So he can't use his legendary action to get out. He is... Sorry, I'm reading through the spell. Well, so it has to use pretty much all of its movement, not that one, to actually get out. So he can take his legendary action to get out, but he uses all of his action to get out, his movement, and then make another attack on Azalea. First attack will miss for normal, and second attack will miss because I can't roll. All right, it is now the turn of Mac with Azalea on deck.
So can I still see him?
Yes.
From where you are, yes. Isla cannot.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm going to shoot him again. I don't think he reacted strongly to the fact that I told him that his father has patches in his beard.
I mean, his father didn't have a beard. You can see the dead guy on the
You
ground.
don't know yet. It's a highly insulting thing. I rolled a 16.
That will hit.
Ha-ha! Dead.
I just missed it with a 15. Oh,
Oh no! My D6! 11, 17, 23,
Alright, it's dead.
24.
And the moonbeam's gone now, by the way, Pat.
Okay. I
29.
didn't know if because it came from the staff, if it didn't have.
I didn't know either.
Okay.
I
So-
assume that I have to still concentrate.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it's dead.
The arrow is going to fly by, and it's going to go just like right behind the emerald eyes, and they're going to fall out. And then it goes.
Yeah. So it falls to the ground, crumbles to the ground. The emeralds also fall to the ground intact.
Phew.
Yeah.
Right, now how do we get out?
I mean, we can just go. I've got it.
And we
Yeah.
snuck in. We don't have any holes outside.
She's got that teleporting thing, remember? Gather up the body, get the emeralds, and let's get out of here.
I'm not a very tough dwarf. I can't pick him up. On a scale of 1 to 20, my
Well,
strength.
then grab the shiny rocks and we'll walk to the dead guy. and
Okay,
we'll teleport from there.
I'd like someone to take a look at the shiny rocks and make certain that they're not gonna zap me.
Okay, I'll detect magic on the shiny rocks.
The shiny rocks are not going to zap you.
Okay.
They have some residual, like, transmutation magic on it, which was probably what was used to bring the thing to life, but they're not going to shock you.
I shall pick up very carefully the shiny rock. I'm gonna pick...
Hang on. Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm going to dispel that magic off the shiny rocks before we give it back to the criminal overlord.
Okay. Dispel the transmutation magic off the shiny rocks. Good plan.
I'm gonna use my same like little plier calipers things, and I'm gonna pick them up, and I'm just going to tuck it into like a little case in my thieves. I'm gonna like pull out some like screwdrivers and lockpicks and stuff, and put it in my bag, and I'm gonna put them into my thieves kit, and then close it up. Now my bag is a mess.
When is it not?
Oh, a thief is always very meticulously organized. That way I can reach in and I can just know exactly what I'm going to pull out. You see, you can get stabbed by
We
a
can
monster.
deal with this later, Mac. Isla Love, can you get us out of here, please?
All right, I will use my helm of teleportation to teleport us. Should we go back to the tavern or should we go somewhere else first?
I think we ought to go somewhere else first and probably get some sleep. I know that Patrick's not going to have another combat for us, but on some level, there's this part of like...
He might.
Possible kink in the plans. Hang on. The spell instantly transport you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see, or a single object that you can see within range. Does the body constitute a creature or an object?
He's dead.
Will.
You can put dead things inside of bags of holding.
But you can put objects or creatures in a bag of holding. So
Right,
it's an object or a creature.
So, and this will be up to Patrick. As always, I'm going to argue my point with him because that makes him make his decision.
Mm-hmm.
In previous versions of D&D, when attempting to teleport out with limited amounts, a party of 6 with a cleric would kill a player, pick up their body, teleport, and res the other person.
That is barbaric and monstrous, and I love it.
I would say that a dead thing, for the sake of the teleportation spell, would count as a creature. I would not rule it as a creature for other spells, but for the sake of the teleportation spell, I would say it would be okay.
Okay, cool.
And that was pre-Eric saying.
Yeah,
But
I
yes.
just have to always make my point. You played enough games with me.
Yeah, do we want to go back to the tavern, or do we want to go somewhere else first?
To be honest, I think that we need to go and get some sleep. As much as I know he's going to be glad that we've got his emeralds, like...
I don't trust him. I don't like
I don't want to go in there unready if we got to fight.
He scares me.
Do we need the night? I think he'll be real suspicious if we show up the next morning or something.
He might think we're dead.
Yeah, and give away all our money.
To who?
I don't know, people like money.
But why?
I mean, it's up to you, Lev.
Wait,
This is not a thing that I'm going to decide by myself, because it could be a matter of us all dying or not.
Azzy, we sleeping? Or we going in?
I am feeling a little bit banged up, but we do have those 2 healing potions that we were given.
I still have one more spell.
And that'll be what Fillmore grumbles under his breath. Yeah, spoken from the one who punches crap.
How much can your spells come back? I don't know how to word this. How much
If we
rest
sleep,
do you
we can
need?
cast them all. Yeah, if we get our 8 hours of sleep or whatever.
If
You need
I
a
get a
long
short
or
rest,
short rest.
if I get a short rest, I get my spells back. I can cast teleport 3 times today. Not just 1 time, 3 times. So we could poof somewhere and chill out for an hour. I don't know how much that would help anyone else but me, and I'm only missing 1 spell.
If we go sleep for an hour, I can do some druidy stuff and get some spells back. I can't get all of my spells back, and I blew some big ones as it was, but I can get some spells back.
I also don't want to poof into the tavern while we have the book so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we should hide the book.
Let's poof somewhere, short rest, and then go to the tavern.
Okay. And we could teleport anywhere in the whole world. So, like, we'll just go to my house, wherever I've been for the last year and a half. Actually, I haven't been in any one place in the last year and a half, so.
So, do you have a permanent teleportation circle in your house?
No, I don't have a house.
Oh, so you're going to the place you've been. Okay, alright, here we go.
Yeah.
It's time to see if you're
I
teleporting.
mean,
well.
you can
The place
take
that I'm
us.
very familiar with.
Yes.
You can take us to Dwarfheim, which I'm sure has a teleportation circle, and I would have taken you there. I don't know what Dwarfheim is. I made it up, but you know what I mean.
She would need to know the sigil for this place.
Yeah. I don't have a very good memory.
Okay, so we're gonna say very familiar. I rolled an 8, which
I mean,
puts
I
you-
could very possibly still have an associated object for the location as well.
Do you want to have? What is your associated object?
You know, just like a pen
a
for my
teddy bear?
desk or something. It's probably a book from a library.
Okay.
That's what I would think. But I don't have an associated object for the tavern that we started in.
Okay, so you are able to successfully teleport to your your place, your hiding place. Where was that?
So in the last year and a half, Ayla's not really been staying in any one spot. She's been kind of wandering around. She's got a bunch of money. She stays in little inns and taverns or whatever, and she's just going to different like libraries and museums and things. So probably not a museum, because I probably didn't lift something from a museum. But maybe we're in a library. The only one that I know of is the one in Belgrade, and I don't know if that's where I really want us to go right now. So, maybe somewhere else, please.
Okay, so you
We'd
can
never
say
get out.
a library in Ostrava.
Sure, that sounds good.
So you appear in this library. It's in the capital city of Ostrava. You kind of just plop in next to this shelf, and you see this old man who's putting a book on. Just jump as you appear next to him.
Oh, you dropped your book. I'm gonna pick it up and give it back to him.
Saint's blood, where did you all come from?
Me mother.
Outside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, remember, it's the library, be quiet. He reaches down and grabs his
So sorry.
starts putting it back in.
Wait, why did he not take the book from me?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you picked it up. He takes the book and starts putting it back away and pushes his cart, looking back suspiciously at all of you. And alright. Okay, so I'm assuming you guys go find a place to sleep for the night.
I thought we were short resting and
Yeah,
going
just
back.
short resting and going
Okay,
back.
Short resting.
Find some way to hide the book other than in pillows.
I will use my natural recovery feature, and during my short rest, I will recover 1 5th level spell slot.
Okay. And
I'm gonna use like a hit die. Oh, max hit die recovery.
okay.
Okay.
While we're resting, Fillmore will go over to Isla. You feeling any different?
Am I feeling any different?
You hear a whispering just constantly in the back of your mind.
Oh no. So, when I pick up the book, there was a lot of whispers and voices, and it's quieter now, but it hasn't stopped.
Isla, I knew things have been weird with us leading up to what happened before and then after. And I was gonna say this exact same thing from the moment I saw you, but now it's even more vital to me. I ain't gonna be anywhere you're not. Not until we solve whatever this is. And until then, until after then, hopefully not until you tell me I can't be. I didn't miss a lot of things on the road when we was taking our sabbatical, as we've put it. But I missed you. And I'm with you till whatever this is taken care of. And then for as long as you'll let me be there.
Phil, I'm not good at telling the truth. You know that. The only time I ever have to talk is when I can be someone else, and then I'm really, really good at lying, and you're really great at telling how you feel and speaking your feelings and your truths and everything, and I'm not, and it's really scary. Probably even scarier than hearing a voice in my head that probably is going to turn me into some sort of freaky sculptor in a few months' time. So I'm really sorry. I'm not in the best. I can't even hear my own thoughts right now.
Hey, I'm not asking for you to love me. I'm not asking for you to be with me. Right now, there's enough on your plate that I'm not an insensitive git like that, and you know it. All I'm saying is what's going on in your head right now. You ain't doing it alone. And I ain't taking no for an answer.
I mean, you've never had to ask me to love you. That's just always been there. Just always been how I felt. But
I don't need us to be a we. I don't need us to be an us. I just need you to know that whatever's coming, I'm right beside you. And as you know, me being there means Mac is.
What? Did you say my name?
No, because I'm talking in halfling.
Okay.
but the names are the same.
Yeah. So you might hear Mac.
Right.
I'm not asking for anything except for you to not send me away while we deal with this. I won't let you do this on your own.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Sure. I will try my best to get better at feeling things and not second guessing absolutely everything in my own head and everyone else's.
Just be you, love. Because you, in any man I faces, is the best you out there.
Thank you. And I'm gonna give him a hug.
Yep. And they'll finish their rest and they can continue on.
Did Mac or Azalea have anything they wanted to do during their short rest?
Can I use a hit dice, and how does this mechanic work?
So you roll what the hit dice are on your character sheet. It'll tell you what the hit dice is, and you can spend as many hit dice as you want. You have the number of hit dice equal to your level. Since you're level 10, you have 10 hit dice, and you can roll as many as you want to heal as many hit points as you want. So your hit dice as a monk is
D8.
yeah. So you can roll as many d8s as you want, so up to 10 d8s to try to heal.
Yeah.
Do I have to say how many I'm gonna roll first?
You can do them one at a
You can do them
time.
one at a time.
Mm-hmm. And you just add your con modifier
Yeah,
too.
and add your Constitution modifier to that to the hit points you heal.
There I go again. And I'm bad. Okay, I'm done. I spent 4 of them.
Right. How many hit points did you heal?
$21.
Perfect. All right. So your short rest is done. Do you want to cast your teleportation helmet again to get us back to the
Yep.
establishment? All right.
Yep.
Okay. So now we will roll to see what happens.
Unless the emeralds count as an associated item.
That's tough.
The emeralds would be heavily associated with that room if they haven't moved in years.
Found object within his cave. I'm looking.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can teleport into the room.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to teleport into the room because of the magic, but you could use it as an associated object to teleport to the building.
Or, the healing potions that he gave us or anything from that.
That's also true. So yeah, okay. No rolling to darn.
Yes!
Magical teleportation mishap, but okay. Anyway, so you teleport back to the establishment. You appear out front. You're guessing that there's probably magic all around it, except for like the front door to prevent that exact thing, people teleporting in and trying to assassinate Mr. Alostav. But you appear at the front door.
Yes. Things of note, I have disguised self so that my eyes are not green.
Okay.
They are normal brown.
Alright. So you walk in.
Wait, we stuff the book in the library, or what did we do with the book?
Did you put the book in the library, or what did you do with the book? Because I know you wanted to hide the book.
Yeah.
You bury it under this tree?
I think find a corner of the library to stick the book somewhere way high up on a shelf where no one will get to it, and we'll probably teleport back there later to get it.
And that's how the book ends up and ready to roll.
I know.
Hermione comes into the restriction section. It's over.
Yeah, and then she goes absolutely insane because she picks it up.
Alright, so you place the book where you hope no one will get to it. And you walk into the inn, and and you see Renat. He motions for you to follow him. You go back down beneath, and you find Alostav sitting in his office. And here comes the hardest part of being a DM, trying to remember the accents and voices you do for each individual character and hope you can recreate them.
He spoke a lot like Batman.
Yes, he did speak a lot like Batman.
Swear to me!
Word, my dog.
He looks at you, and he sees I'm assuming you're carrying Yuri's body, which is something the old barbarian just...
I'm not, because I'm weak.
Oh, we just weekended at Bernie's him.
Oh my gosh! We appeared in the library with a corpse! And that guy was like, shh!
I blew his face. I spaced it, so...
Yeah, we just...
What kind of sociopath did we meet?
It's very intense about his books.
He was old. They didn't even notice.
So, Antonov looks at you. Alostav looks at you. So he's dead. Is that right?
We got attacked by a statue. and we squeeze.
It's alright. Means I get to pay you less. I mean, more gold, more platinum and gold in my pockets. But the emeralds, let me see them.
Right. Well, I'm gonna reach in and I'm gonna pull out the case, but I'd like my case.
So he
I'm gonna hand it.
opens the case. He pulls out the emeralds. Ah, back where you belong. He turns around and opens up his look on Eric's face. Opens up the case that held them previously and puts them back in their spot and puts them down. And he hands the case back to Macover. And he looks at you, everyone. Very well, it's yours. And he pulls out the pouches and he hands you each a pouch of platinum, and then opens up the case with the aetherium in it. And he asks, "What would you like done with your bar of aetherium?" So we'll start with Matt Culver.
I don't know. Something that's not gonna blow up. Can I think about it and come back?
Yeah, I can make that. All right, Phil, do you have what you would like done?
I do. I have to pull up what I had. So go to the next person while I pull up my thing. Sorry.
You're good.
I had it written down and I just...
Azalea, do you know what you'd like done with your bar of aetherium?
I would like it made into an 18-inch gong and sent back to my monastery.
Alright.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Alright. Isla.
I just want mine in one piece. I've got a guy.
He nods and he takes it and he hands it to you.
Is it way too heavy for me to even freaking hold?
Aetherium's surprisingly light.
Okay. I have a 9 of strength. I have negative strength.
It's
And
probably
I'm
a little
an
bit
itty-bitty
heavy.
woman.
It's
the
definitely heavy.
platinum pieces are 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's probably
That might be tougher.
It's a
Ugh.
little heavy for you, but like it's not overbearingly so, to the point where you wouldn't be able to carry it. All right. You pulled it up, Phil.
Yeah. I want to find an enchanter who can essentially enchant a pouch where I can just pull out loam, like ultra fertile soil just constantly, right? Like essentially just a never ending loam pouch.
Okay. All right. Matt Gulver, have you decided?
He's just like staring at it and just kind of like talking to himself. Kind of, if I were to combine it with this and then put in some of the jewels, right? But maybe I don't know what that was. And he like kind of turns around and is like starts pacing.
All right. So I guess you'll.
We'll just take the bar with us for him.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. I thank you for your efforts and what you've done for me and my family. I hope this isn't the last we see of the Silverthorns.
And he'll look over at Isla and then look over to Azzy for a second. Azzy, you want to stick around for a while?
My path does not appear to lead back to the monastery as of yet, so sure.
We'll be around.
I'll keep that in mind next time I need someone brought over to me for business.
Excuse me. You said that you'd pay for whatever we want to turn it into, right?
Yes, I do.
He's gonna go back to muttering and walking back and forth.
Okay.
Meanwhile, his brother has like pocketed his bar of Ethereum.
Alright. And with that, we will end it. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for coming out. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely craziness I wasn't expecting. I was not expecting them to land on a roof, let's say that. That's part of the fun of role-playing, is sometimes stuff happens you not expect.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Cool. So just a few quick reminders. are you resuming performance check on Monday, Lydia?
Yes.
So
Yeah, we are.
over at Stay at Home DM on Twitch, which is Lydia's channel, she is resuming her performance check campaign. Go check that out if you love D&D and want to see some more. We will be resuming our regular Ready to Roll Embers Beneath the Mountains one campaign. Will also take place on Monday, not Monday, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The performance check takes place at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern.
6:15 is when we
6:15 is
usually
when
actually
they
start.
But yeah, so thank you for that. We will definitely be doing more one-shots on the channel. If you something that you think that you'd be interested in participating in, as we do some more, we will do. I hope to see the return of the Silverthorn 4, as they are at this point. So yeah, thanks for coming. It's been a lot of fun. We will talk with everyone later. Bye, guys.